I need to unmute you. Boop, you're unmuted.
Whoo!
Yay. Hello, stream. We arrive. And that's the intro.
We did it. We're here.
Hella.
Gee.
Hello.
Yeah.
I moved my overlays a little bit so y'all can see our faces a little bit more clearly. Much to the dismay of, I'm sure, of some of the people in the party. If there's audio balancing we need, just let me know. Yeah. Sound check. Hey, everyone want to say something? Not at the same time.
Something.
Hello.
Something.
Hello.
Yes.
Good evening.
I
You
am
don't see my
saying
beautiful posy.
there is a beautiful
there.
posy.
Right there.
Majestic.
I'll be saying words and making noises with my mouth hole.
Ah.
Whoa, me too.
Whoa, man.
Whoa, man.
Very, very different numb.
Bro. Surfer bro.
It's
Gnome.
it's Spicoli numb.
He finally actually gets some sleep, and he's just there for bro the entire time.
Turns out he just needed a nap.
What is my chat box doing?
In all of his scavenging, he found himself a Snickers and became himself again.
But little did he know, you guys laced it with heavy sleep aid.
And we just listen. Numb hasn't been asleep for like 5 days, so we just soaked that Snickers in chloroform for like a marinade.
It's about the same as the swamp rats.
He unwrapped it and passed the fuck out. That's how strong it was.
Welcome to session 9 of Tales of Deadlands, Hell and Heroes. That was the smoothest intro ever.
Professional
don't stutter.
streamer.
I definitely don't stutter ever.
Not even.
Not even once.
I got you, Parker. I put you all on the same team.
Yeah.
Put you in the
Thank you.
same team.
You have no power here.
I'll find ways to be mildly inconvenienced and a nuisance.
I mean, that's like your guys' jobs as players, right?
To inconvenience you?
Yeah.
I gotta swap over
To not do anything that I've planned or prepped and throw wrenches into everything.
I kill the important NPCs and run away.
I chose illiteracy and can't find any of the clues. Or drama points.
You're not illiterate this time.
Not this time. I'm not doing that to you twice in a row. If I knew how to speak another language fluently, I would make a character that did not start with English to really fuck with you.
That's super fair.
But alas,
On the custom relics part that I have, there's one that I came up with. It's like tongues essentially for D&D.
Hmm.
Where you're like, if you listen to it, it's more akin to like I took the inspiration from the movie 13th Warrior.
where if
Where-
you listen long enough,
Yeah, if like depending on the rank of it, if you listen for X amount of time, like you can start to learn like little things here and there, and like the longer you do it, you can eventually just like you get like buy a free level in the language.
I like that. I also just love that scene.
Yeah, this is a really good one. All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes, see if any more people pop in. Then I will begin with the recap.
Yeah, we got Tracer.
How's everybody's weekend been, chat?
I touched grass.
You did.
I know, amazing.
I drove a lot.
I did too. Well, I sat in the car a lot. I drove for like maybe an hour and a half. At least on Saturday.
What did we do
Ultimate.
yesterday?
Yesterday, we went shopping and
Oh yeah, we got
then
groceries.
we hung out with Clark, played some Magic.
That was Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yesterday.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, it's today's. I'm
What
You can
year
tell how
is
the
that?
session's gonna go.
Yeah. Kent,
Excuse
welcome
me.
Kent. Welcome
I-
Kent to the
I
brain
must-
fog.
I must away. I don't think I can back up enough to get out my filter.
Nope, it's still seeing.
Yeah.
At least
Just
for the
Smaller
shape.
Clark, smaller Clark.
Grab a green blanket and just pull it up over yourself as you back up.
But yeah.
Alrighty. So, as Kathy had said, welcome back, session 9. Yeah.
Yes.
I will begin the recap from last session. Not too terribly much happened last session. There's a lot of roleplay exploration. But after a night of excitement and some lack of sleep, with some vivid night terrors from our good friend Num, the posse moved out about town, did their normal morning routines, and eventually wound up meeting up with Tinsdale and met two of his recyclers, Joe Ratliff and Charles LaRoe. Got introduced to them. Everybody kind of exchanged some stories here and there, and eventually made their way towards where they had gone to go scout out where the Delta Queen might be at. On the way there, it was a little bit tense with these newer people. One of the recyclers, I believe Charles is the one. Either Charles or Joe. I always forget. I constantly mix those two up. But to kind of ease some of the tension between the newly found friends, they were talking about things that they had seen in the ruins and stories that they have heard. They talked about gulpers, which are supposedly giant catfish that'll eat you up. And they also talked about strange man shark looking things that one of them thought they'd seen in the water. About a couple hours went by on the trip. They eventually made their way through navigating the ruins of Baton Rouge. And they saw that the Delta Queen had been kind of beached. When they got a little bit better view, they noticed that it was from the wreckage of the old CSS Kid destroyer ship. Same one that they had the cannon from in Tinsdale's Recyclers warehouse, the scrapyard. They want to move in to get to a better vantage point to remain undetected from the gators and see what the whole deal was over there, because they had heard shouting, screaming. And Num seemed very numb about the whole situation and didn't want everyone to go up there. For you people that have viewed in, you know why, but those of you that don't, most of the party members,
We have no idea.
I'm gonna leave that a mystery
He's
for
just
you
a
all.
weirdo.
Maybe I'm the normal one.
No.
No, you only got 2 arms. Fucking weirdo freak.
I got one.
Yeah, exactly. I have odd amount of arm. No, I got even. I don't know. I'm tired.
They wound up staking out the Delta Queen for a little while to see if there was more reinforcements and just kind of the general movements. It seemed like a lot of the folks were just trying to using some of the lifeboats and other boats that they had, and trying to manhandle the ship to get unstuck from the wreckage to no great avail. everybody in the party decided that assaulting it right now would be a terrible idea, as they were kind of outnumbered and probably outgunned to some extent, as they were on just a recon mission. And decided to make their way back to town to just kind of report their findings. On their trek back down the building, Lulu almost fell to a spiky, rusty, watery grave, but luckily Bruce and DT and eventually Numb were fast enough to stop that from happening. And we left off with them heading back into town to meet up with Tinsdale, Sheriff Raynard, and Deputy Comforts, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So you all are drifting your way into town. It's like late evening, so it'll be night probably. I think no, you guys left in the morning, so 2 hours there, 2 hours back. So it's like afternoon currently. But Joe and Charles kind of like get right up next to the dock over by Sheriff Bernard's office and then let you guys get off. Kind of like wave off and they just let you know that they'll be back at Tinsdale's place if you need them.
All right. Probably need
Okay.
you when we go back out. Thank you, boys.
No problem. I'm just glad everything went pretty smooth.
I'm gonna walk up to Joe, the younger guy. I'm gonna lean in, and I'm just gonna be like, "Remember, stay out of my brain." And then I'm just gonna walk out.
He still seems very unnerved by you in general, but he's just kind of like, okay, all right.
Perfect.
God.
Well, the day is your guys'. Just let me know what you would like to do. You're back in the town of Red Stick, currently outside on the docks by Sheriff Renard's office.
Well, they're stuck somewhere. I kind of like the plan of sneaking up and making sure that ship stays stuck. And Num, you had several ideas and plans, I remember.
Yeah, which one are we talking about again?
Getting a hole in the bottom of the boat and putting explosives in, I believe, was your plan.
Oh, I mean, there was already a hole in the boat, right? I mean,
That
like
was
job's
before.
already been the job's already done.
That was before before information was brought to light. But there could be more holes.
Ain't going nowhere from the looks of it. But, we need to make sure nobody's going for an unwanted swim. All right, like we need to figure something out for that. That's kind of a big deal. And I'm gonna, as I'm saying this, I'm just gonna look at Lulu.
Gonna give you like the what do you want face.
Told you to watch your step.
Nothing happened.
I caught her. We're good.
Even if I fell, like it would have hurt, but I would have died.
Also,
Yeah.
Num,
Mhm.
I know you are you got lots of things going on, but we can't have you yelling and screaming like you were out there before and like stopping Bruce from going up ladders and stuff. You need to communicate, and we need to be more collected when we go back.
I communicated Bruce needed to stay on the boat,
You-
and here we are.
It,
I
Haven't-
think I think he means if anyone had hurt us, we would have gotten. It would have been bad. We still don't know how many of them are left. Just gotta be a little more careful.
and you gotta have a degree of trust that Bruce can handle himself when we go up. That all of us can handle ourselves and stuff. We all gotta have each other's backs. That's great.
Coming from the man with 4 arms, talking about handling, huh?
Yeah. I see what you did there. And the 2 lower hands are gonna shoot him finger guns like.
I'm gonna hit the deck.
I was just trying to have fun with you. And I will take a half step forward and offer a hand to help him get up since he hit the deck.
But I'm gonna like roll. I'm just gonna roll away and like pop to my feet.
All right, I'm just
Yeah. And I'm gonna be like, climbing gear. Yeah, we need climbing gear. Definitely.
And something that you guys would have remembered from kind of surveying the area back there, there was a old 6-lane highway that was pretty close to where the ship was beached at on the CSS Kid.
Mm-hmm.
So climbing gear is definitely, there's a couple points of egress onto the boat you can do from the water. You can eventually find a way up from the highway that's up there, or there are a couple buildings that are close as well. Finding the kind of like starting point to where you would be able to climb onto the highway is doable. Like you would probably be able to find that and then like scale up it to get on top. So you guys have options when you decide to play them.
All right. We got a night of planning. I'm gonna go to Evelyn's office, fill her in on what we discovered. I would say we meet up at Sadie's
Yeah.
at least tonight to have it all talked out.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
You can get your climbing see if Tinsdale's got climbing equipment. Anybody else wants to try to get some stuff? Or just take a minute to relax, do what you need to do for any prep, because it'd be better for us to hit them sooner, but not tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll go head up to into Evelyn's office, and anybody that wants to come along can.
I'll be trotting to Tinsdale to shake him down for climbing gear.
Alrighty. Where's everybody else headed?
Bruce is gonna kind of hang with Numb for a little while.
Okay. DT Lulu?
I'll go with Kent. Wherever he's heading.
Okay.
I think DT's gonna go by the hospital, make sure no one needs anything.
Gotcha. All right, we'll start at Raynor's office since we're here right now. Then we'll go to Tinsdale's and then the hospital.
Sounds
So
good.
you guys make your way in to Raynard's office. You can see Deputy Comforts is currently tending to some of the prisoners that you guys still have that are there.
They're locked in the closet.
And he's like bringing them some lunch. But he just kind of like turns as he's like shutting one of the doors and locking it, and notices you both. Oh, good to see that you're back.
Yep, made it all back in one piece.
That's always good to hear.
Yeah, well, it helps when you got people that know the lay of the land and the waters pretty well.
Yeah, Tinsdale's recyclers are pretty good at what they do. So anybody driving a boat, I would trust them the most.
Boston?
Yeah, she's back there.
All
Feel
right.
free. And he just kind of like gestures back towards where his office is at, because there's the hallway that leads to Raynard's office.
Crack the door open and
Yeah, as you guys make your way through, her office door is actually open this time. You can just see her kind of like sitting at her desk, smoking a cigarette, sipping on some coffee, just like writing something down on some paper.
well, we found out some good news.
You look up. Oh, well, that's fucking good. What's the skinny?
Well, the big boat that's got the cannon on it, where that houses most of them, is run up. Got s- got caught on a sunken ship. Is stuck in place back there in the metro area.
You're like smirk, and she kind of like slaps her knee, and she's ha! About time we run into some fucking luck. Well, I got some bad news for you. Good news. You go ahead and shut the door. Come on in.
All right. Kent will let or walk in,
Shuffle in.
close the door.
So, not many people know about it. Trying to keep it kind of quiet for now, but engineer just kind of like look down at her paper and like cross off something. Whatever got away the other day, I think it keeps coming back. Or maybe it's something different. I'm not sure. Nobody's seen it, but we've had a handful of people go missing. And we didn't really have nobody go out on fishing, or you and Tinsdale's recyclers are the only ones we sent out of town.
So people are going missing out of town.
And she just kind of like grimaces and nods her head.
But you ain't seen nothing around town.
Nah, it's been a lot of isolated incidents, it seems like.
Hmm.
They ain't been the guards and stuff, but they ain't seen shit from what they told me. You see her kind of like bite her lip, and she has kind of like a concerned, like, look on her face.
Are there any patterns to anybody? Like specific jobs, specific areas, age?
Shakes her head no.
Was that any of this happening before we showed up?
Nah, like people go missing every once in a while, but they usually come back, just get
Mhm.
like stranded, held up by critters and what have you. But we've kind of been on lockdown since we got assaulted.
Hmm.
And people have been going out and doing their jobs and stuff, but some of them ain't been coming back.
Question for you.
Answer, hopefully.
You in Comfort's there try to get any information out of your prisoners?
Hey, they don't know shit. They're dumber than a fucking sack of wet marbles.
Do they know any? They know nothing about Doctor. Can't reach into his coat and pull out. Flip through a notebook. They know nothing about no Doctor Delacroix.
Nope. I even roughed them up a little bit more than I probably should have, making sure they ain't trying to keep nothing. But nah, they ain't no shit.
He flips the notebook closed, tucks it back in his jacket.
I did manage to get out. I got probably upwards of about 50 folks that operate the boat with them oars and big oars that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So,
Slaves or
more or less.
Might be able to cause an uprise.
Yeah, it's just hard because they got them all shackled, chained up down there. So,
there's about 50 of them working the.
give or take, there might be more, might be less. I don't know that them folks that's too educated know how to count numbers real good anyway, but. So, there are civilians there. Probably people they, beat up, took up, forced them to work. Takes a sip of her coffee, just kind of like shakes her head at the thought.
Well, that's good to know. We're gonna set to go out tomorrow. We just gotta get planning, prepping tonight.
Tomorrow?
They're not gonna be stuck there forever.
You getting rusty in your old age, Kent? I remember back when we used to get intel, we'd be there lickety split, lightning fast.
My knees hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry, Muffin. You want me to kiss your boo-boos and make you feel better?
Just smiles and smirks at that.
Yeah, like, she's got that, like, sarcastic, like, smile on her face, like, just giving you the shit. I mean, as much as I want to go along with you, I think it's best I stay here. Make sure shit don't get fucked up back at home,
Yeah, especially if
People going
Kent
missing.
will. Yeah, he takes a seat. That just adds to my worry. Kind of like rests one set of his arms on his knees, finger steepling the other ones, just kind of hanging back. Let's just add to my suspicion that this doctor that's playing with black magic might be a whole separate thing.
Maybe. That'd be fucking unfortunate. What's the fucking odds?
I mean, it wouldn't be
I
any
mean,
more
pretty good
unfortunate.
at.
It wouldn't be any more unfortunate than the Gators having a necromancer. So
Yeah, the only difference is it would have been nice to have them both in one spot, deal with both problems at once, but.
Evelyn just kind of like taps her nose, but of course, shit ain't ever easy like that. Always some fucking Yahoo bad guys just happen to run into each other and just make your life a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they just ain't never seen him either. That's a possibility too. Let's hope. Let's hope they're all in one spot. But realistically, I don't think they are.
Yeah.
I don't know if
And
we want to
honestly-
deal with the Gators and a necromancer at the same time. Anyway,
Kent just kind of points over at Lulu, like, agreeing.
like we're relatively sufficient, but I'm not dealing with a necromancer and a
And
Gator
the Gator
mutant.
Man.
I think you guys are quite sufficient. You might not know each other too terribly well. It's been what, 3-4 days?
2 or 3 for some of us.
For most of y'all.
I just hope I just hope Num can get to fucking sleep tonight, because you would have raked him over some coals if you were out there with us, seeing how he was acting.
Well, I don't doubt it. It's like a crackhead or
There's something
something back in the
wrong with
day.
that dude.
I mean, everybody's a little bit broken, but
Yeah, but there's something wrong with that dude.
you ever try just like knocking his ass out and make him take a force nap?
I prefer a more diplomatic approach. I've already had enough contentions with him, and
Also, you can try knocking out the naked, weird man who can destroy things with a bowling pin.
yeah, you seen a post around town that's got a bite out of it? That was him.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I wish the best for you in those endeavors, I guess.
Yeah. We'll do some prepping tonight. There's something I'm gonna look into. I might pick your brain for later.
All right. I still think y'all should get fucking skedaddle tonight, but ultimately up to you. You guys are risking your fucking skins next. So,
Like I said, that we got one that already hasn't been sleeping for I don't know how. I don't think I've ever seen him truly sleep.
We
That's
don't know how
fair.
long he wasn't sleeping before he met us.
Yeah. We'll head out early though.
I'm just saying covering night might be better than in the bright ass day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Or maybe you get all your friends to wake up at the butt crack of dawn before it gets too bright out.
they
But
sleep. They all sleep in.
Oh, I'm aware. I seen y'all sleeping in the assembly room.
They all sleep in. They don't like getting up early and working. All right.
Who's
We're gonna-
just like... Mm-mm.
Kids these days. All right, we'll go meet up with the others and figure out what exactly the plan's gonna be.
All right. Well, if you need me, I'll be here. She just kind of takes a sip of her coffee, puts a cigarette in her mouth, and just kind of gets back to the papers she was working on. Hello, cats. I'm being assaulted by many cats. All right. We will shoot over to Tinsdale's workshop, which is Bruce and Num. No, wait. Ethan back?
I am here.
He is back. Okay.
I have been. I've been here. I've been listening.
Okay, cool. You guys make your way across the rope bridges, eventually making your way down to Tinsdale's workshop. As you go through your normal entryways, the doors also open in here. It's a little bit warm today, so some places have the doors opening to kind of get some more ventilation going through the buildings. But as you guys make your way into the workshop, you can see like Luke, he's just kind of like tinkering on something. You hear him kind of yell back towards the back end of the shop.
As I approach the door, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, Mr. Tinsdale!"
Yes. I back here in the back part of my workshop. Please proceed.
Bruce will just call out, I'm with him too. It's okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
and I'm gonna walk up and just be like, okay, so we need
A bomb. Could just be all in one piece.
the bomb part, not so much anymore. There's already a hole in the ship. I don't need to do anything else with that. It sits there. Yeah, but we need harnesses, ropes, basic trapeze equipment, maybe.
You need scaling, climbing equipment.
Yeah, that stuff.
Understood. That can be managed. A lot of my recyclers and some of the townsfolk have some of my supply. When we were initially renovating Red Stick, there was a lot of climbing on the buildings to remove rubble debris. It's a good thing to have. Give me just a moment. And you see him kind of like wander off into his workshop.
I'm gonna lean and like watch where he's going.
It's like kind of over where near the bullet press is at that he has. There's kind of like those metal shop shelf racking across the wall with like random bits and bobs and things in there, and you see him kind of like fish through a couple spots. He like starts coiling up some like nylon rope. You see him grab on a different shelf. There's like a couple like harnesses. And just kind of like Titans and things like that.
Is the bullet press like drill press style, where it's got the like the dial kind of thing, where you can has like 4 handles?
I want to say sure. I've never seen a bullet press in real life, so I have no frame of reference.
It's like sometimes there's a handle. I don't know how. Like I'm gonna slink up behind him, and I'm just gonna like pull the lever down.
As he's like fishing around.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna pull it quietly. No, I'm like
Okay.
like.
If you wouldn't mind, please don't fiddle with things you don't understand. The only bullet press that we have, and I would prefer if it remained undamaged. Especially if you would like your payment for getting the things done that you are getting done.
And I'm just gonna like slump to myself, be like, I'm just gonna fucking walk back to Bruce.
Luke kind of stops what he's doing and approaches both of you. So you guys made it back. Good to see you. Is everybody okay? Nothing bad happened?
Yeah, but it's almost fell, but we caught her. Lulu's fine.
Oh, good. Yeah, dude. Some of those fucking buildings, like you think you're good, and then you just take the like littlest step, and then shit just.
Nah, I think none was paying attention, so I was like watching my feet the whole time. So I was good.
Good. Yeah, he seems real alert.
I'm gonna go on a rant about how I told her to watch her step, and I'm gonna start pacing in circles. I'm not even gonna do the rant just so there can be other conversation, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he slept in 2 days, but he's okay. He's getting there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't know if you guys have anything that can like help him sleep. I think that would make him feel a little better.
I mean,
Because usually he's wound up, but this is wound up. Kind of worried about him.
could maybe talk to Janice. She might have something. I mean, I have some things. I'd prefer not. No. I mean, you guys are pretty cool. You did save my life, so I guess I kind of owe you guys. I have something that could probably help. Or also, we can, just have a good night over at Sadie's, and maybe get liquored up or something.
Yes, I was thinking that too.
I'm gonna spin around. I'm like, no, you keep that dream walker away from me, and then proceed to just go on a rant how I told Lulu how to watch her step.
Damn, dude is wound
Yeah,
tight.
just a little bit. So,
All right.
that might be out of
Uh,
the question. We'll see. Or I'll just have to get him a bottle and bring it.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, we'll see. There are some things. But yeah, I would definitely talk to Janice. She might have something more medically applicable.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. All right, you were bothering me enough. You now have to pay the tax. Oh, here, look at.
The Chimkin Stealer. He is legendary.
Cheese
Hi,
tax.
buddy. Hi, buddy. Okay, is that sufficient enough? Would you like to leave now? You have your hand down my shirt. There you go.
Moz has hands?
Got
Hey.
little paws, the fingies. Claws is fingies. All right. Shortly after that conversation, Tinsdale kind of like makes his way back up, and there's kind of just like a little desk table to your guys' left as he starts kind of like placing down. Got 5 like climbing harnesses. They're just kind of like little pack vest looking things that just have like clips and stuff, like a climber's vest. There are some carabiners, some pythons and things, and then I believe about 150 feet of like nice nice for the post-apocalypse, but like a climber's rope that's like a nylon braided rope.
I'm gonna like examine the harnesses and find the largest harness,
Okay.
and I'm going to attempt to put Bruce in this harness.
But
Gotta make sure. it
right now?
fits.
Okay.
Yep.
He just stands like this.
Yep.
Okay, I guess I'm doing it right now.
Gotta make sure
Oh,
it fits.
All of the harnesses are the same size, but you can adjust them. You can adjust the one that you grab to fit Bruce's size.
I'm gonna
If
do
Bruce,
the whole, like,
if Bruce was any bigger, you'd be stretching it.
okay, I'm gonna like grab it and make sure it's like secure and
Ugh.
snug,
Yeah, that thing's good.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna like do like circles around and just make sure and like jostle Bruce around and just be like, okay, nope, not coming off.
350 point test of this.
Yeah,
of this
Yeah,
harness.
yeah, I'm checking everything.
Everything seems like there's obviously like a little bit of wear and tear here, but everything still seems very structurally sound.
Okay, so like nothing, like
No, like-
no like large like cuts out of it, and it's just
Right.
like little bit of like ruffled frayed around
Yep.
the edges from just usage.
Yep.
Okay.
Tinsdale just kind of, as you're like going around, I can assure you I would not give my own recyclers faulty equipment. Anything that is not sound, I attempt to repair, and if that isn't the case, then it gets salvaged into something else.
And I'm just gonna be like, no.
He's
Let me-
he's a little wound up.
I can.
Doing
when
my-
is the entire time that I've known this man, it seems that's the case. But
I think it's a little more than. I wonder if you for like 2 days as he's walking around.
And then once I determine that it is going to fit Bruce with no problem, and it's not like that it's safe, I'm just gonna be like, all right, and I'm gonna fucking just start breaking it down and put it back in the pile.
Okay.
I will leave all these things out for you for whenever you decide to do this assault you all are planning. I have to meet with Joe and Charles and get a report from them as well. Is there anything else that you needed from me currently?
I was just gonna ask how you guys are doing after the assault and everything.
Kind of scared. He kind of like looks around. You see him like make his way over to the front door, and kind of shut it. I had a here's he like scoots some chairs over and like offers you guys chairs to sit down.
Bruce, sit down.
I'm assuming Num does not sit down.
I'm still talking about
Bruce
how
will
he
take the
told
other
Lulu.
chairs, put his feet on it.
No, that's fair. Hey, got a little footstool now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've met with Reynard and Comforts yet,
Not
but
recently.
okay. But between us, since you are all have been very helpful to the town in general. She had called me into her office earlier today, and whatever creature, monster, whatever abomination you all dealt with the other night, the one that got away that you told us about, appears
I
to be.
think I was. Was that the one I was sleeping? Looks at Nub. Okay, I wasn't there for that one. I
wasn't either.
Oh, never mind. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we were briefed.
I would. Okay, good. I'm glad there's at least that base level of communication between your group. But apparently there was one that got away, and it appears not hopefully, but it or something else has been coming back to town, and some folks have been going missing.
Yeah.
So that is a concern as well.
Concerns. I mean,
yeah.
We've got smaller things going on, like people not watching their step and whatnot.
That's
I've got a lot
okay,
of concerns.
It's okay.
And start gathering up the gear.
Well, if you change your mind and decide that you would like the bomb, please let me know as soon as possible. I should be able to whip it up by the end of the day if informed relatively soon. But if you decide to not go with it, that is your own choice, I suppose.
We're gonna meet up again here in a little bit. When we talk to Kent, we'll know for sure.
I'd say make it, because if it's better to have and not need than need and not have.
I mean, if we could take out their cannon, maybe.
They
don't have that.
I greatly disagree, as I have a very limited supply of the things to make said bomb, and if I don't need to make it for this, I would prefer not to.
Okay. Yeah, we'll make sure. Meet up again.
I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to get back to my work. If there's anything else you need, feel free to take these to your friends as well. And I'll probably see you around town later today.
Yeah.
And then Tinzel kind of makes his way back into the back of the shop and starts pounding and tinkering on whatever he was working on back there.
Back to his NPC duties.
And I'm gonna start like tossing stuff at Bruce.
Yep.
Like,
Got it.
like a couple harnesses. I'll throw like the rope over my shoulder. So I'm just like, this is. And I'm probably at first walking with this.
Bruce, like I have a bag. We can put them in the bag.
Ah, bags.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be like, that's a good idea, and I'm gonna take my bag off and put some of the stuff in my bag.
There we go.
All right. If you guys want to go ahead and put 5 climbing harnesses, 150 feet of nylon rope, and basic climbing gear. So this will be like the pythons and stuff and carabiners.
Yep.
Whoever wants to put that.
I'm gonna put that in the posse loot.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, that works because we're gonna split it up anyway.
Did you say how many feet of climbing rope?
150.
150 feet. Yeah.
Okay. I know, like the climbing gear, I'm assuming is like the anchors and
Yep.
carabiners.
Yeah, anchors, carabiners. It's just like all the hardware for it. All right.
Perfect.
Then you guys leave Tinsdale's to go wherever you may go, and then we will zoom back over to the center of town, to the hospital, where DT is going to meet Janice. DT, make your way up across the bridges, make your way in, climb up to the 3rd floor, which is the hospital. You can see that there's a couple nurses around, and Janice just kind of checking in on everybody. There's still a couple people that had like a little bit more severe wounds from the assault that are still there that they're just kind of tending to. But it seems pretty laid back in here right now.
Okay, so there doesn't look like there's anything new or.
Mm-mm. No new injuries, just kind of rest and recuperation at the moment. Nice chill time in the hospital.
Okay, yeah. I will. Do I know where everyone's at? Is everyone like going back to looks like day-to-day stuff?
Yeah, so like people are still doing that. They're kind of moving in larger groups that you notice. Which they're probably, safety in numbers kind of deal. And you guys do remember that the curfew that Raynard put on town and stuff. So people look stressed out and anxious, but like they're trying to, hold it together the best that they can.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of spend a few minutes just kind of looking around, and then I may go somewhere else.
Okay. Sounds good. So what? Today is your guys's. So you visit the places you wanted to. Unless you guys have anything specific to do, we can kind of fast forward a little bit to you guys meeting up at the saloon for like lunch or dinner, whatever you want to do. Just let me know.
Love me some Leonard. Chicken and waffles?
Bacon and waffles.
I have a thing I would like to try to do, Brian.
Okie doke.
I don't know where Kent would go to do this, but like he's finding a spy. Yeah, he'd be around Lulu too, and he'd go through his into his inner duster pockets and pull out what appears to be a Bible, and starts. It looks old. It looks like almost more like a journal with like different notes, like pages, odd and even ends, because other things have been stuffed inside. And I would like to see, because I'm worried about this necromancer, this black magic user. I would like to see if there's any like anything in here that I could find about like charms or wards.
Okay.
To keep things like undead or like at bay.
Okay. Go ahead and make a Academia cult roll for me. You'll get the pluses from your Bible.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Tracer, the Shreknomancer. We are in his swamp. Okay. Is that a 6? That is a 6.
Okay.
No,
Well-
I was rolling a d6. It exploded.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Total of 11 with
11?
with the pluses.
Okay. It's gonna take you about kind of like 10 minutes or so to kind of like read through, re-reference. It's been a while since you looked at this for this specific topic.
That's what the book's for.
But looking through the book, making wards is possible. Unfortunately, you are not able to do said thing. So the best way to combat with the dark arts Is a lot of the times the Texas Rangers, they would have people that they would annex, whether they were Indian shamans or blessed and things like that, the supernatural. They'd kind of be like Men in Black style, like take them on, like they would find them if they were a problem, and either you could join us or we're going to kill you. It was generally the two choices that they had. And you would also know, kind of from your experience as well, the only like ward against the undead that generally tended to work came from the old school fire and brimstone blessed preachers.
Yeah. And those are few and far
few
between
and far
nowadays.
between. So without that or some other sort of supernatural means, there isn't anything that you could really craft right now that would help you in that endeavor.
Okay. That's the only specific thing I was hoping to do. The biggest concern was like, oh yeah, we know how to do it. We just don't have the stuff. And that's basically what we got to. All right.
All right, so you guys all reconvene probably like about an hour or so later into Shady Sadie's saloon. It's a little bit bumping in here. There's a couple patrons here and there, people eating lunch and taking a break from their daily tasks. There's some tables open though for you guys, as you all kind of reconvene there around the same time.
You guys have any good news?
We've got climbing stuff to help us not fall, hopefully. And heard about people going missing. He says that part kind of quietly.
Oh, yeah,
So-
bless you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Tin still wanted to know if we still wanted a bomb for the ship. If we want to work that out. He wants to know as soon as if we need it.
I
However we
wouldn't
want to do this.
Having one to blow up the cannon would be good,
Yeah, that's what I was saying too.
but
But he was saying unless we know we need it for sure, not to just make it just in case, because he has limited supplies.
I feel
Yeah,
like
some-
if there's supplies, that now would be an okay time to use them.
Yeah.
We also learned that there's something like there are slaves that work the paddles in the lower decks of the boat. There's more. Sounds like there's more of them than there are the gators.
It
Adds
makes me
another
wonder if we can
complication.
get something to break chains really fast.
I bet Num could do it. Is that one of your tricks? Can you break chains? Are you like a strong man?
It's a trick. Yeah, I can do things.
Not to put any pressure on you. I'm just seeing what you can do. So, what do we got several points we can take. There's that big old highway that overhangs it. You guys got climbing equipment. We could descend down. We go back through the water the way we came. We got other buildings in the area that we could use to get up above it, or we could try swimming underneath it. But the only qualm I have with swimming underneath it or swimming out to them is whatever else may just be in them waters.
Yeah. You okay, Nub? Okay. Look on your face kind of... Yeah, like you remembered something.
You did remember something? I can't tell if that's a nod yes or no.
I told y'all.
can you tell us again in more detail? Like you were, like, what's you remembering?
You know the dream walker on the boat that we were with?
No.
Yeah. When we went out there to see the boat,
Yes.
he described what ate Bruce and I to a T. To a T.
What ate Bruce and you when?
Uh,
In his dreams.
last night.
Ken's gonna look over at Bruce. You guys got 8 last night?
Yep.
That's news to me.
No, Num just has bad dreams.
I'm okay.
Could have been a portal. Could have been a portal monster or something like that. I don't know. But we're here. But we got 8 last night. It doesn't make sense to me either. But it's not great.
Well,
So no swimming.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
This will also be a good time to have everyone put their cards on the table if they gotta.
Can I quick draw my deck?
You're more than welcome to try.
Or sleight of hand in my deck?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to go for. We got 2 decks. I'm gonna go for both of them.
My choice in words.
Did you lose your dice or what, Ethan?
Look, yeah. Actually, you weren't here, but today I am especially channeling numb. 20 minutes of sleep in the last since yesterday morning.
Well done.
So,
Here we are.
Ethan's method acting.
All right. 8. Oh, double 8. Okay, one's a 9. And one's a 14 minus the 2, so 12.
Good to go.
Cool. I'm just gonna be like, bah! And quick, basically quick draw the 2 decks and slap them on the table. And I'm just gonna look at Ken.
Okay.
Now
More
what?
more literal than what I meant.
All my cards.
Thank you for putting those cards on the table.
it's good. It's good.
You're welcome.
If you guys have seen what I can do. I'm just real fast and pretty strong. Real good with swords. I just throw big things that aren't meant to be thrown. Usually. We don't count Luke. Feel bad about that one still.
Alright. Well,
You threw Luke.
You said you threw Luke?
No, I threw the rock at him and hurt his ankle.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, swimming's out of the picture. We could I like having the high ground. We can descend down. Get on the boat. The main objectives are... The main goals we would try to be having is... The way I figure it, take out the cannon. Try to free the people trapped underneath. And take out Al. Don't normally advocate for killing folk if we can help it, but in this situation, you take out the leadership in something like this, especially seeing the guys we got locked up. I think if we took out the leadership, the rest of it would crumble.
Yeah, I think so too.
What are your guys' thoughts?
That we're gonna die.
Optimist. Through and
No,
through.
we're smart. We won't.
Have you looked around?
Yeah, we're not too bad.
In the middle of your guys' conversation, you see Sadie make her way up to your guys' table. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Anything I can get for y'all?
I'll have a drink. There's a old fat, just double of whiskey or something like that. That'd be it for me.
She just kind of looks around the table at the rest of you.
Nothing for me. I'm good.
I'll have some food and like
Okay.
water or something.
You got it. No, Bruce.
Food.
Yeah, I'll go food too.
All right. Be back with that in just a jiff, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
Giving you guys a smile and walks back towards the kitchen.
Didn't see that.
So what?
Smile. Actually went back.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Some people are just nice.
But,
Well, I mean, back to the normal conversation. I don't know that I really have anything to add or any different ideas. I don't spend too much time getting onto boats.
Did we think Al's still on the boat?
Probably leave.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Another thing too, we are outnumbered.
And he's got a cannon.
And he's got a cannon. Outgunned. One of the things we can do too. The only one, like I said, that I think we should focus on killing is Big Al. Don't worry about putting down. I wouldn't worry so much about putting down the grunts, as it were. We got a whole terrain and field we could use to us. We could throw them overboard. Rather than, so like Bruce and Numb, if you're in the mix with them, rather than worry about knocking them out or killing them, you could throw them over and get them out of your way.
Yeah.
Just be smart, use our terrain to our advantage, because we need every advantage we can get.
would they ever?
Do we want to assign jobs, as it were, to this plan, or we just as the crow flies?
Better go in with a plan and then prepare for as the crow flies.
I think the biggest thing is who's gonna handle the bomb if we get one. Nope, not me. Never played with those. I don't think I wanna.
Let me look at my character sheet. Well, hoping it's something simple. Simple to arm. I ain't got much experience in no demolition.
I would assume if you're thinking the same thing, it's just like a cannon like at the carnival, right? You just light the fuse and go.
Yeah, it's an old black powder one.
I mean, light and run. I think that's about where we're at.
Like light the bomb, drop it down the cannon barrel, or
At the base of it and the cannon. At the like at a hinge point, like.
would you like to be the one that is in charge of blowing up the cannon? Is that a task you feel you would be up to and want to do?
Yeah. I think I'd handle that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we can have Numb up on the wheelhouse deck. Like that's where you would need to get to, getting up on that cannon. Safe to assume Big Al's probably gonna be near there, because I think that's where we saw him last time too.
Yeah, he was the one on it the first time, I believe. Or no.
I think he was up near there because he was barking orders.
Yeah.
He wasn't there the first time, but when we went.
Yeah.
Your guys' very first encounter, he was up on, I think it's called the Hurricane deck.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped on it after I fucked somebody up.
Yeah, normally there's like a enclosure up there, but you guys know that there's not one there. That's where the cannon's at.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's where like the helm of the boat would be at. You guys do remember that there is a throne up there. It looks like it's very fancy for the post-apocalypse, like lazy boy chair. I have to double check on the layout of the ship. Give me just a second.
We could also just try to disable the cannon.
Yes. Okay. So the cannon is would be up where that was at. So it's like where the helm's at, and the cannon was up there. It's essentially the very top of the ship.
I don't know the best way to disable something like that quickly. Blowing it up's the easy way.
You spike it.
Spike
So
it.
where they light the fuse,
Mm-hmm.
rip that out of there, and you take like a bayonet end or a spike, you can just hammer it down in there. 'Cause then they can't function with it, and it spikes it all the way down to the bottom of that hole. It's not a permanent disabled, but it's like
That'd
if
be
you
good. That'd
make
be
a
great.
good spike, it's very difficult to get out.
Something we could do while we're there, like while we're in the shit.
As you guys are talking, a few minutes go past. Sadie comes back out, brings you your drinks, brings you your food. Looks to be some sort of fish that's like been breaded, and some fresh vegetables, some corn on the cob, with a little bit of that like similar smell to the movie theater popcorn that you were eating in there the other day. This kind of has that with some like spices on it.
Actually making me hungry over here.
Well, if any of y'all need anything else, just give me a holler, all right?
You got any coffee here?
I can make some.
I'd appreciate that if you're able to put a pot on.
Absolutely, darling. She kind of like touches her hand to your shoulder as she walks off.
All right. Whoever's going after the cannon is probably going to be near Big Al as well.
And
So if we
enough people to rotate it.
Yeah. So I think if we're dividing up, at least 3 people should be going and tackling that. Then we got the people down below. That I imagine they're still keeping down below or chain ganged up for manual labor. Anybody good at dealing with shackles and locks?
Not particularly. If I can wrench them open, maybe, but depends on how good they are.
No, I'm gonna like look over my shoulder, look over my other shoulder, like kind of like lean down, and I'm going to pull out a almost complete set of lockpicking tools and just kind of open them up in front of you.
You're just a Swiss Army knife, ain't you?
And I'm just gonna like roll it back in and like tuck it, like
Sounded-
it's like it like
it's contraband.
Yeah,
Is that
like
another
it's
one
not
of
allowed
your-
to be here.
Another trick you've got?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta escape from cuffs in a flooding container. I don't know.
Okay. Because if we free them, if anything, then they have a whole other worry. It can be a diversion while those people escape. As much as I'd like to try to get all those people out and on our boat and take them back to here, that'd be nice, but I'm not planning for that. Just at least getting them free would be something.
Yeah, it
Anybody
depends on-
who wants to can make a smarts roll for me.
Oh, my smarts aren't actually bad. Might try it. I'm gonna give this a shot. Ooh. Hat. Ooh.
What rhymes
PT
with
got a 4.
what rhymes with explosion? Only one explosion.
I got a 5.
I got an 11.
I got 7.
Let's go, Bruce.
9.
Okay. Lulu and Bruce. As like Kent's kind of talking about trying to save these folks that are down in the like lower cabin area. You do remember like there's just a ton of these people, right? You don't really have the manpower or space to take all of them, but you do remember seeing several lifeboats that are kind of like chained or like roped up to the back end of the boat, because while you guys have like seen this ship, you've never seen like the, I don't even really know what it's called, but like the rudders that are in the back of the steamboat, like they have not ever been going.
Huh.
But you do remember seeing at least 6, maybe 8 or more lifeboats that are just kind of like tethered to the back of the boat. Not to mention that the gators you've also seen have a handful of like speedboats, like fishing boats. So do with that information what you will.
There are a lot of boats available that maybe they could use to get out as well if we can just get them loose.
Good idea.
I don't know if they're chained together or chained to the boat, or it depends on how it's arranged, on how much time it would take to get people broken out.
What happened to the boats that came in on to attack this place? What happened to all those boats?
Yeah, there's
We'd have
probably
to
those
drag
two.
them all with us.
Yeah, that'd be a lot more work.
I mean, if we can get people to get on those boats and come in behind and sit off to the side. And just have them at the ready.
Well, I would imagine we'd already could have Joe and Charles hang in the back as our getaway. So there's some people that could be doing that, yeah. Just depends on the manpower they can spare here to help us.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be much. And even if we free all these people, I don't know where we're gonna send them. I want to free them, but I don't think they'll be able to stay here. They don't have the space or the resources.
It's better than being trapped.
Yeah, I know. It just
Also, this town's experienced a lot of losses, so maybe
because they could help fill out the rest of the town as far as people to protect it or to do manpower stuff.
or they can just
They
leave.
have
That's
farmers
fine
and
too.
everything else set up, but they have no way to defend themselves reliably. They've created like the barriers and they've made it hard to get here. But show of force, like that's why this is a problem. Whereas if they had 40 or 50 more people that could actually be a militia, they could probably be better off.
We should see if we can get tools for breaking or getting into locks and have them get each other out. Like get one or two of them out and have them help each other and then kind of ripple effect it. That would help. Probably.
yeah. There's
Because if
gonna
we're
be
gonna
a
blow
lot
the
going
place up,
on.
we need to get everybody off.
Yeah, because I don't think it's feasible for us to be on a ship that we don't know our way around and try to fight everyone that we don't know who all are people we need to fight.
Yeah. And we're gonna try to do it. We're gonna try to do this as quietly as we can, but I'm always expecting it to go noisy. Get as close in as we can quietly. Then
Might be able to. So when we saw the beached boat, was it like damaged or was it just stuck, Ryan?
Sorry, go ahead. I was typing something. Restate your question.
The boat, was it damaged or just beached?
From what you can tell, it had run aground on the ruins. You did see some damage to the hull, but it appeared to be above the water line, so it like wasn't taking on water.
Okay.
That's all that you guys could really make out from the vantage point that you guys had.
Oh, a hole is all I would really need, so that was, it's potential I could sneak into the lower level of the boat if they don't have guards in the lower level of the boat. Yeah, I guess I could have that if they do too.
yeah, but we could also make a distraction.
Yeah.
As you guys are talking, you notice Luke makes his way into the bar. He like sees you guys, his face kind of brightens up as he trots over and like pulls up a chair next to you guys.
Yeah. Hey.
What fuckers? What are you guys playing in? You playing the war assault? As a war band? Let's go.
You
Let's
want to call
go.
it that?
I always preferred calling them operations, personally.
Fair enough, whatever you want to call yourself. Badasses. That's what I call you guys.
What are you out doing?
I'm just out and about. I was checking to see where you guys were at. Tinsdale kind of wanted me to check in on you guys, see if you met up and talked about, Oh,
We're still trying to figure that out.
fair enough.
Because they have innocent people trapped on there, we're trying to debate.
Yeah, fucking collateral damage is like, ugh, gross. Don't want that. But Num, just so you know, you have a +2 to a future roll that you would do
Cool.
It was
from
bought on
Behemoth
stream.
Forge. From Behemoth Forged.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah, like, wish we had like schematics of this boat to be a lot easier to play on like an assault, right? But like, so like, what did you guys find out? Like, what's the skinny? Like, maybe I can help. You know, I fucking explore a lot of random ass shit and gotten into some hairy situations. Like,
They
what's your guys' game plan?
they hit the SS kid with it. So it-
Fucking dumbasses.
So there's some damage. They're not sunk, but they're stuck.
They're stuck.
Well, that sucks to suck, but that's good for us, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's why we came back, because we've got a little bit of time.
Are you guys like heading out tonight, or like what's that game plan looking like?
We still got a bit more prepping to do. I was thinking an early morning.
Ugh. I mean, yeah, you know, your guys' plan, I guess. But
We still need to get everything finalized and fully prepped.
well, that's fair. I mean, they're logically okay. So he's just kind of starts like rambling to himself. He's just like drawing with his finger on the table. So, like, how far, like are they like beach or like impaled? Like what'd you guys see?
I think like beached is an accurate description.
Okay. Do they have
They're
they-
stuck on the kid and trying to get it off.
okay, and like roughly like how many dudes are they like trying to like push it off, or like do they have tools, or like is trying to drag it with other boats? Like what?
We didn't really stick around long enough to sit
I was
and
gonna say,
survey them.
yeah, I just watched. I didn't see. I watched mostly to see if they had any patrols coming and going, but I didn't notice a none.
Gotcha. Well, even logically, okay, so right, even if they're breached, right? So the amount of force that it would take from like say 30 people to try to shove the mass of that boat, and knowing them, they're probably dumb. So you said they have a bunch of people operating the oars and stuff on the bottom, right? Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
there's almost physically no fucking way that they can unfuck themselves from this situation with the amount of manpower that they had. Like, they need probably a lot of force and manpower to unshove it off of the kid. So, in theory, right, they're just there. That's where they live now. So that's at least good news.
I'm gonna slide my plate over to Luke and be like, "Can we get something like this?"
He's looking. What does the image look like that you've drawn?
It's like a ladder with a hook on it. They usually use to get like out of pools or into pools.
I mean, okay. So, and if they're by the kid, there's the old what was it, I-65, I think.
Yeah,
There's a highway that's near there. Okay.
we were considering using that as a high ground to get up and descend down to come down at them.
Okay. Um. Oh shit. No, yeah, he still has that. Hmm.
Like,
I mean, we could probably make. You just want like a ladder? What do you want the
Yeah,
ladder
basically,
for?
basically. I mean, there's a hole in the, there's a big breach in the side. You know, if a couple of us are trying to get into it, then if we can flip up next to it, then we can use the ladder to then set it into the hole, climb in, and have it in and out.
See, the only problem with that though. Okay, so yeah, you could do that.
Or
I
we
thi-
can get some cleats.
Cool. Okay, I'm listening.
I mean, spiked shoes, and try to scale the side of the boat up and over.
I
don't think that's gonna work.
unless you're like really strong, I don't think that's gonna work the way that you
I have-
think it's gonna.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
Ominous, but okay.
Do you want to share with the class, or are you just gonna keep it secret?
Just little tricks. That's it.
Oh, strange. He just kind of like looks over at Lily.
So far, I like it all.
So, okay, I know Tinsdale also has like an old like crane winch, right? That
Mhm.
maybe that can help you guys out. It's a little bit big, and you probably need a couple people to like carry it. But you guys got the climbing equipment already. I think so me personally, I think dropping down is your better option, because generally, even in being at ground level or water level and trying to scale up a boat, like that thing's fucking huge, right?
Yeah, plus fighting up is never good.
Fighting up is always hard. Plus,
Eh,
if you
most-
already have, if you scale down, right, you can leave that stuff there as long as you have it secured and whatnot, or maybe even have somebody else hang up at the top for like extract, right?
Mhm.
I think that's your guys' better call. Like ultimately, you do whatever you want, right? But I think going in from the top down, probably your better option.
And we're just trying to. Well, main thing we're trying to do is possibly deal with the cannon, and
That's the
just
big-
deal with Big Al, because we think we get rid of him. His guys seem kind of dumb.
Yeah,
So
like
kinda
I was over at with Comforts earlier, right? He was talking to those people, like they are really fucking stupid, like really stupid.
Do you guys still have a few of them held up in the
Yeah.
jails?
Yeah, I think there's like 2 or so of them still over there.
Raynor tried to get. Raynor got her mitts on him and didn't get too much more useful stuff out. Not to say you can't try, but just
Okay, I have an idea. I'll be back.
all right.
But yeah, so before you go, DT, yay, nay,
Yeah,
what's your
I'll wait.
thoughts? Well, he like makes a gesture of an explosion of like, yes, no. Tinsdale's getting real fucking antsy about it, so you're not probably gonna have to help
We
him.
should give
with it.
him an answer. Yeah.
I think, being honest, from like what we saw from the first time I met you guys, like I really don't. That thing's pretty fucking run down to begin with, and it's like fucking hobbled together. I don't think if you can get everybody off, that would be optimal, right? But I also think making sure like the amount of repairs and stuff that ship needs, it's not even fucking worth the upkeep. So like we wouldn't use it. But also whenever you deal with bad guys, right, there's always like there might be some other bad guy that has the same fucking idea, right? So like me personally, I think you guys should blow it up. But also dealing with explosives is fucking terrifying. So I get if you don't want to.
If we could at least blow up the cannon, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
Eh,
you just gotta watch out, because if the cannon's on the top, I would take a guess that a lot of black powder's probably up there too. So
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Like we're talking about doing this as quietly as possible, at least at the start of it. I mean,
yeah, but there's also like something. Maybe it's me fantasizing about it. Like, imagine you guys. Okay, so here's how I see it in my head, right? Because I've seen you guys fight with you guys before, right? Okay, so he like kind of gets real close, and he like starts getting real energetic about this story he's telling you. I dream of seeing, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be there. They won't let me go, but like this is how I imagine it in my head. You guys like stealth in like the old like SEAL Team 6, right? From back in the before the bombs. And then you like sneak in, infiltrate everybody, just fucking moving through like ninjas, taking everybody out, plant the bomb, get the extraction out, get out, and you're all just slow motion walking away. And the ship is just in the midnight sky, just blowing up, and as you're walking away, and you never look at the explosions, right?
all right. Let's see if we can make a deal here. We want to play a game.
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna pull out a deck of cards.
You already have them on the table.
Yeah, I'm gonna like pull the deck out of
Of the box. Yeah.
out of the box. I'm gonna shuffle it. And I'm gonna do the whole like pick a card,
What? Why are we doing this right now?
and it's gonna be I'm gonna look at him in the face and be like, if I don't get your card, then we'll blow it up. But if I
Okay.
get your card, there's no guarantee.
But
Weird game, but okay.
the situation
I'll-
we're already.
Can we just keep talking like adults instead of doing this with the person who's not slept in 4 days? This is ridiculous.
That's the other
Luca-
reason we're not heading out tonight.
I mean, that's fair. You wind up looks over at Bruce like, did you go talk to what we talked about earlier?
Eh?
Did you talk to Janice?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
We came here to start playing it.
I mean, or if you need that other thing, you come find me, okay?
Yeah.
And he'll just pull a card from.
Alright. You want me to roll Performing Carnival
Sure.
on this, or sleight of hand?
What are you trying to accomplish?
I'm gonna put it in, shuffle, and then do a trick to have it be that top card.
Okay. Go ahead. You can roll. Go ahead and roll your performance if you want.
Okay. Eight. Brain.
12.
I got an 8.
Got an 8.
I got a 10, but minus the 2 from back
Mhm.
asleep.
Okay. I'm gonna roll percentile real quick. Okay, you wind up getting his card. It is the Jack of Clubs.
And I'm gonna like flick it around and be like, "This your card?"
No. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. We'll leave it up to the rest of them. I'm just gonna like pat the deck back into the box.
Bruce gets like too excited, taps the table before he catches himself, stops.
It's like,
like, yes,
at
oh.
the table. Man, that's impressive. That's but yeah.
You should have him throw knives at you. He's real good at missing.
Maybe after he slept.
Intentionally. Like you're supposed to. It was like right here.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, I was just having you hold up DT just so you could give an informed decision to me so I could get back to Tinsdale. But if you need to go, like you need to go. I don't want to like hold you up.
Well, if everyone decides to use the bomb, then that's what we'll do.
I don't think.
Uh,
I don't think we're gonna need it for this. If we're just clearing them out, if we want to get rid of the vote later, it's something we come back once they're all gone.
Yeah.
Then it'd be easier job
I
rather
like
than risking
DT's.
hurting other people.
I like DT's idea of disabling the cannon.
Yeah.
you could ask Tinsdale if he can make something so we could spike the cannon.
I mean, we gave you a bunch of climbing equipment. You could probably choose one of the Pythons.
Yeah.
Should be about relatively the same size. Might take a little bit of force, but you can get it. I would guess.
Might be able to break
Yeah.
chains with that stuff too.
Probably not. Depending on what kind of chains.
Yeah, if they're just like
So-
regular chains, you put them between them and
Yeah, you could do that. Or like if you guys got a crowbar, that'll probably work a little bit better. Get the leverage you need. Like I've seen this dude, he points at Gnome and Bruce. Like you got the muscle.
All right.
I mean, worst comes to worst too, right? Like if you guys are in a pinch, need to get out fast, like just bust them all. Like wherever it's hooked up to, if they're all chained together, you could probably just like bust it off the wall and have them move as a group. It'll be a little bit cumbersome, but
Better than them not getting out.
right.
hopefully they wind
Ooh,
up on land.
I
if
do
we
got my own
that.
reliable. He's talking about his big ass club that he carries.
fair.
Yeah, I do got that if we need it.
All right. Does anybody have DT before you go to? Does anybody have spray skin or first aid kits or things to help us in the field when shit goes south?
Lulu just
that's fun.
pats the pack on her.
Yep, you got the pack.
I
Not the best choice,
Bruce?
but it works.
I got a flashlight.
I have a med kit.
All right. DT, are you heading to? You're heading to Raynard's, right?
Yeah.
All right. If you don't mind the company, I'll go with you. Then we could swing by the hospital, see if they got anything they can spare, like if they have any spray skin.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, also, I've like got in my own head and lost my train of thought. So no on the bomb or yes on the bomb.
No.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Kent's been like sipping his whiskey. He throws it back and like gets up to go with DT.
All right.
We'll be
Luke-
quick.
Luke makes his way out of the bar. And you two make your way over to Raider's office.
Three of you, before I head out, like you three, if you got more ideas, share them. Otherwise, eat up, get some sleep. Points at them, get some sleep. We gotta wake up early. Heads out the door before anyone replies.
All right. So
Okay.
you two make your way over to Sheriff Raynor's office.
I think that's where DT was wanting to head.
And as you guys are leaving, the rest of you that are in the bar can just see Bruce as he just kind of mouths like, how does he do that? Referring to him just slamming back his double shot.
Every time Bruce has drank something, he's made a face.
All right. You guys make your way over there. Comforts is sitting in his office. The janitor's closets are locked up currently. Evening, fellas. Anything I can help you with?
You guys made any progress with the guys you captured?
In what sense?
Finding out any kind of information?
Everything.
Nothing.
He looks
new.
like, yeah. I was gonna say, like, yeah, they're not very well informed. Seems like a lot of the people that are working for Big Al are just kind of like goons. They don't really know much about much aside from they're looking for guns, and people to man their boat. Because they don't really take care of the people that are down there. That's about all that we found out.
Could we try to get any information on the layout of the ship?
Yeah, if you guys want to, you guys want to go and interrogate them or something.
Yeah. We'll take a crack at it.
Okay.
You see him kind of like fiddle around at his waist, like open up his vest. He like pulls out a little key ring, like tosses you guys the keys. Just try to, He just like looks at Kent. If anything bad happens, just let me know.
Will do. Alright. Go.
You ready?
I'm ready. How well are you being if we have to good cop bad cop this, how are you being bad?
I can be either.
Alright. I usually use a bit more honey than vinegar to get results. Usually. I'll follow your lead.
Okay.
All right. You guys
Yeah.
go to open up the first janitor's closet. You can kind of hear some like shuffling and moving around in there as you do. And there is a gentleman in his probably like mid-30s. He's just kind of like laying rested up against the back wall. He looks a little bit roughed up. Obviously, he's been tended to from the fight that initially happened, but he's still pretty banged up. You can see an empty like cafeteria tray, but there's no food left on it. And he's got like a little thing of water.
I did.
Once unlock the door, go on in.
Just kind of like lazily looks up at you. This is like rubbing his eyes. He's sleeping. Ugh. Fuck are you two?
They say who?
Mhm. The fuck are you two?
I'm DT. This is Ken.
We just want to see if we get a little cooperation from you and help us out some.
Oh, cooperation, how?
Well,
Yeah.
the folks of this town are in a little bit of a situation.
Kind of like scoffs.
Well, that situation is, do they keep you rotting here in jail or just throw you into the water? We're here to decide kind of where you're going to go.
Fair enough.
What would you prefer?
I ultimately think I don't really have a choice in the matter, but
You absolutely do. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you, kind of like an old lawyer. I'm here to show you kind of what the options are, and it's up to you to take those or not.
And-
Henry, if you want to go ahead and roll a persuasion for me.
And we were asking for cooperation, not coercion.
I mean, I guess if you don't hit as hard as that fucking old bitch that was in here earlier, maybe we could talk.
I got an 8 for persuasion. Oh, I don't know. We could probably I don't know. She's her own kind of person, and I would not want to be where you're at.
I mean, yeah, this old fucker right here's got the same shit, so he's like gesturing at your Texas Ranger stuff that you have.
Yeah. Yeah, we take different approaches to things, and she's a bit more, she's probably a bit more touchy since you guys came up on her town. But again, I got some sway with her a little bit. Maybe we could work something out for you guys if you can help us.
All right, so what? What the fuck do you want to know? I don't really like. I don't know much.
Do you remember what the ship layout is?
I mean, there's like three levels to it.
Do you think you could help us draw it with some kind of accuracy?
Maybe. Guess it's like worth a shot.
Here. Flip open a notebook and is he cuffed or I forgot the description.
No, they're not restrained in any way.
They're
shape,
just kept
form.
in the closet.
They're just kept in the closet, and they're like kind of stripped down to like base layers and stuff.
Yeah. Click a pen. Here. And do you know anything about the folks you got working the ores too?
I mean, there's fucking people that we ran into that suffered the misfortune of being where they were.
The people you enslaved, yeah.
I mean, I didn't personally do it, but you do what you gotta do to get by day to day.
Yeah.
As you like kind of like start drawing on this piece of paper that you have. Couple minutes go by. It's like, it's kind of like all I remember. He like gives you the piece of paper, the pen back.
Okay. I mean, vague is better than not knowing. So just having a basic layout, any kind of the deck layouts is decent.
Yeah, you have a very crude drawing of the ship. It's like top side, and it's got like so what would be the hurricane deck, the highest side. There's like a badly drawn cannon, the two smokestacks that are near the end of the ship. And there's on the far right side, up near the front, there's like this little like blacked out square that's there, and then there's also some like diagonal lines, and then there's like a chair with like a little stick figure that's like kind of fat looking. It's got like scribbled text, looks like he's yelling. There's no actual like words written down anywhere. These are all just kind of like crude drawings.
Okay.
Well, I just kind of, I'd rather do that than to have it get lost in the mail.
If you had the ability to not be in this room, what
Like,
would you do?
mail it.
I mean, honestly, this place is pretty fucking nice comparatively. In a dream scenario, I guess living here would be pretty kick-ass, but I don't foresee that fucking happening.
What would you do if living here isn't an option? Where would you go?
Away. Realistically, what would happen with my fucking luck is I would wander away from this town and get eaten by fucking something in the swamp.
Well, how many guys are in here again? Because I know we're just talking to the one, but
There's
I think just one in this room.
Yeah, there's one in each of, there's 2 janitors closets.
gotcha. Well, there's probably some hard feelings. Again, you guys attacked here, but choosing to help out, right some wrongs a little bit like you're doing now.
I mean, if I'm being fucking real, like, why do I follow Big Al? Because he gets stuff and lets me live another fucking day. You do what you gotta do to fucking get by, right?
Have a good evening.
What
Doesn't
kind
have-
of? Go ahead.
Doesn't have to be that way. You got an awfully low bar there, friend.
I mean, you see the fucking shit show we live in, yeah?
Yeah. And you also see what people together can make happen.
I mean, yeah, and you do too. Like, we have a lot of stuff for what we do. Is it the best thing? Probably fucking not, but dog eat dog, you know?
Either way. DT, you were going to say something?
Do you have any skills?
As you can see, I'm a masterful artist.
I'm being serious. Like, what can you do well?
Son, we're genuinely trying to make the best outcome of everything. And if we can help you in this, we will.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion for me, Kent.
Obey. I'm really good at those. Let's see if my dice will reflect that. I got an 8 as well.
Okay. You see the dude kind of like lean back and just like exasperated sighs. He like closes his eyes, just like leans up and looks up against the ceiling. I mean, I don't really have any marketable skills per se. Like mostly just manual labor. I know how to. Well, I can like kind of fix like the armor and stuff that we have. We have some people that like hunt and shit, you know, all the gator skins. The gators, because you know, big alligators. Stupid fucking shit. But like basic maintenance on stuff. Not the best work, but
Maybe be willing to learn.
You think
Good
if
at-
you were given the opportunity, yeah, to reiterate what Kent said, if you were put in an environment where you didn't have to be a thug, would that be something that you could spend the rest of the time in the waste that you have learning and doing better for people?
you know, I've never really thought about that. I guess. I don't know.
Where's the second?
I think maybe you should think about it,
Where will it be?
and then we'll be back
No,
here in a
where?
little while.
One more thing before we go. The people y'all had chained up down there, is it like a chain gang situation? Is there people with keys for those? Someone who would be in charge?
Probably Big Al. He
He ain't got no lieutenants he would have do that.
Not that I'm aware of.
Can I scrutinize that, Brian?
Absolutely. You can too if you want to as well, DT.
Yeah.
Explosion. 10.
I got
Okay.
7.
He seems pretty genuine. Like, there's no deferring of like where he's looking at while he's like saying these things to you guys. There's no like change in his cadence or anything. So like, to his knowledge, that's all he knows about.
All right.
Big L's, what are they? Kind of like what you would call like a hoarder. Like, he likes his stuff. He's got, so here, give me. He's kind of like gesturing at the little thing that he drew.
Yeah. Opens up the notebook back to that. Yeah.
So on the second floor,
Mm-hmm.
which is the boiler deck, he points up at the front end of the ship. There's like a room that he drew.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is Big Al's room. It's the biggest fucking one on the ship. It's got all the shit in it. It's got all of his stuff. He doesn't fucking let anybody in there. So like, anything that's valuable probably be in there. Like, this area down here, which is like the lower parts, it's just kind of like he drew like little rectangles. These are where everybody else fucking sleeps, and it's a fucking shithole.
All right. What's your name, by the way?
Eustace.
Well, Eustace. Thank you. Try to put in a good word. See if we can get you guys on some sort of rehabilitation or penitentiary type work here until you maybe get localized.
Good luck with that one.
Well, you know, this world's just as much dog eat with dog instead of dog eat dog world. If you give it the chance and have the faith.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta be tough enough to get by another day too.
Well, you've seen how that way of life got you. Just
Yeah.
food for thought.
Yeah, I guess I got a lot of things to bond here.
DT, you got anything else you want to ask Eustace here?
I don't think so. Before we go, I reach out to shake his hand.
It kind of like gives you a really like quizzical, puzzled look.
And I look him straight in the eyes, and with sincerity, I say thank you.
Very slowly, like, reaches his hand out with his like brows furrowed and shakes your hand. You're welcome. Guys are fucking weird.
It's a shame you haven't been shown enough kindness in your life.
He's just kind of like looking at you guys like, what the fuck are these people?
And I'm gonna, whenever you're ready, Kent, I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm good to
go ahead
head
and
out.
unlock the door and head out.
Okay.
When we go to close the door, did you get enough food, or are you still hungry?
This is probably the most I've been fed in 3 months.
And that's how they treat their prisoners.
Kinda like-
Close the door.
That statement is before you guys close the door, you can kind of see that like he has that like cynical look on his face that kind of like switches slowly to like a huh as the door shuts.
I see that whenever the door is closed, I look at Kent and I'm like, well, it looks like we don't have to be good cop, bad cop. We can just be good cop, good cop.
Yeah. Like I said, that was bad cop was more Evelyn's beat when we worked together. I'm just too sweet.
Ready to go to the other room?
I don't think we'll get too much more out of the other guy.
Well, we can at least go talk to him. Maybe see if he's worth trying to talk about letting him stay as well.
All right. For sake of time, Ryan, would the conversation probably go roughly about the same?
Go ahead and open up the door.
Okay. Go in.
It's not ominous.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Go
Check.
ahead and walk in.
Is it just one other guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you only had like 2, I believe.
Okay.
If not, that's what you guys have now.
Okay. So saith the Lord. All right. Open it up.
Click on the light. As you do, you can see kind of like there's like blankets and like makeshift pillows that they were given to like little bedroll areas. You can see like click the light on, and you can see like the guy's laying down like face to the corner of the wall, just kind of like covered in a blanket.
Oh God. Well, gonna see if I can get their attention. See if I can get them to move. With
How would you
words
like?
before I walk over. I'm just gonna yell, "Hello, hey, how are you doing?" See if I get any response.
Couple beats go by, no response. Go ahead and give me a sight-based cognition, both of you.
Okay. What are my stats? I was just looking at them.
DT got a 12.
Oh, I'm glad because I only got a 3.
All
But
right.
I imagine Kent was like posting up at the door, letting DT go in.
Hey.
Did you step in, Henry?
Half step in right now.
Taps up.
Okay, so I'm behind you still.
As you kind of like call out to this guy, like it's just like a swaying like light bulb in a socket. Like as the light kind of like flashes, you're getting like weird shadows in the room as it's just kind of moving a little bit. You like look down at this guy, and you kind of like look a little bit closer, and in the corner of the room is like the light kind of hits. At first, it just kind of looks like a shadow, but like when the light actually hits it, you can see it, and you can see that there's just like this dark red kind of all over the corner of the wall next to down where he's laying at. And like you take a look a little bit closer, and you can see,
Like blood.
yeah, like dried blood. And you can also see like the more you look at it, like you look closer at him, and you can see that like you could usually see when somebody's like body's like rising and falling as they're breathing. And you don't see that from this person.
I'm gonna pull out my sword.
What? Seeing him pull out the sword, Kent's just gonna rest one of his forearms on the grip of his gun and looking at DT's movements like with suspicion. Like what's like
They
giving
are
him
not-
what's up?
They're not moving, and I'm pretty sure there's a very large pooling of blood at the corner, left corner of the wall.
Oh, I see it now. We did get jumped by a zombie earlier. Well, go.
Is this door open inward in the room or out?
Outward towards you guys. And Kent, you would know kind of by understanding of your conversation earlier with Reynard, like they roughed up
Oh,
one of the people a little bit more than the other one, so you could assume that. Do with that information what you will.
I'm going to make sure my left and right are clear. There's nothing on the inside of the room.
Appears not to be.
Kent just
Um,
kind of puts a hand on DT's shoulder. There's a reason I always liked using honey instead of vinegar. He just nods
Oh.
towards the body.
And Kent, go ahead and make a smarts roll for me.
Explosion. 8.
Okay. In your time working with Reynard, you know she, just like the rest of you at any point in time, would have to play the bad cop, but you know from your past that in this situation, like that was one thing that she would never
Go that far.
go that far.
I don't think it's intentional. As like, I think she put the nails to him a little harder than she realized. Put the screws to him a little harder than she realized.
I'm gonna go ahead and go into the room. I'm not gonna put up my sword yet, but I'm gonna go pull the blanket down and see if I can determine what caused death, I guess.
And anybody watching, there's going to be gore and things that are going to be described. So if that's not your jam, now's the time to like mute the stream or whatever. As you pull, like, kind of lay the body down on its back because it's on its side currently, and start to pull down, like you grab up at the top, and the little blanket that is there is still wet with relatively fresh blood, and you kind of grab down a drier part and you pull it down, and you can see that there is a large pool of blood in the corner that's kind of like soaked down into the bedroll and the blanket. And as you like pull it down the face, you can see the blood just kind of like streaking down with it as the mouth hangs kind of like slack jawed. And you can see that inside of the mouth that the tongue is not there. And as you kind of like scan around a little bit, you can see it like resting close to like where the pillow is at. Doing a quick like look over, it appears that this person, like they're pretty roughed up and whatnot, even more so than like the fight that happened in the town. Like they got, kind of beat up and bludgeoned in an interrogation, but it appears that they bit off their own tongue and bled to death.
Does that seem to be do they have anything else on them other than their clothes or
No, like similar to Eustace in the other room, like they're not like in their like skivvies or anything, but it's just like a shirt and pants. Like they don't have any utensils or things like that, like anything that they would be able to do that kind of like self-harm with. And if you investigate, like you can see on the tongue like imprints of like teeth marks on it.
and I don't see like Any bruising around like the chin or anything that would signify like someone like forcing their mouth closed?
There is bruising, but not in that sense. It's not like this was done to them. You would be able to kind of surmise that they did this to themselves.
Self-inflicted.
Yes.
And the interrogation wounds are probably fairly superficial, like just bludgeoning and
Yeah, like looking over. If you do like a look over, like medical look over the body, you can see like you can feel like spots where they have like potentially like cracked ribs, things like that. Just like your standard run of the mill, just like we're gonna rough you up
yeah.
types of damage.
Not like extreme torture, just
Right. It's just like this dude just caught an ass whooping.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's anything we can do here, and I'll relay that information to Kent as well. Looks like the fatal blow is actually self-inflicted. But we could probably guess that they thought that this was coming anyways. I mean, their outlook is pretty bleak, and we know how it is. Like they're either gonna swim with the fish, or the chances of them being let go normally is going to be really.
Kent just kind of stares, nods in agreement silently. Just a mournful expression on his face. We should at least tell Comforts and clean him up, get him out.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I put my hand on Kent's shoulder and see if we can move out into the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lock the door still behind me.
Alrighty.
I think we're gonna go talk to Comforts and then try to find the sheriff as well.
Okay. Sheriff's still in her office. Comforts is sitting at his desk.
I'm gonna go down to Comforts first.
Yeah, his is like, so his office is there, and then back you go back in the hallway
Okay.
to
Yeah,
get
okay.
to Raynor's place. As you guys kind of open up the door, he just kind of like chimes up. Find anything else out? Anything useful?
Yeah. But it also looks like, if it was in the first or far room, I'm gonna signify. Looks like one of your prisoners took their own life.
You can see like an air of like concern and just kind of similar to like Kent's expression of just like, look. And not like an annoyed kind of like sense to it, but more of just like, ugh, damn it.
The other one, Eustace, has been cooperating and gave us a lot of good information. I think with time you could make him repay his debts to the town with some manual labor. I think with time he would prefer to live in a better society, a place you guys have, like what you have cultivated here.
He doesn't answer you guys back. He just kind of has his lips pursed together and just like nods his head. You can see him like get up from his desk And as he's like walking towards you guys, yeah, Raynard's still back in her office. And then you see him kind of like exit past you guys and start like holding his hand out for the keys as he's walking past.
I hand them to him.
He heads off that way.
Ken's gonna just head back to Raynard's office.
I'm gonna go with.
All right.
Just walk in.
He looks up, exhales, taking a drag from her cigarette.
Ken's got his.
What can I do you boys for?
We took our hand of talking to your other prisoner. He cooperated, gave us plenty of information to help us out, but
Oh,
layout of the boat and information on just more information on the boat and loadout. We went to check with the other one you had to rough up.
yeah. She just kind of like rests her fist on her chin.
He's dead, Evelyn.
That's a shame. Not surprising though. And you can like, if you're looking at her, you can see a very like cold, emotionless look on her face. Very steely.
Mm-hmm. The other one was receptive to cooperate. Eustace.
Yeah, he seemed like it when we was talking to him.
We got more of the information out of him. Told him he could probably repay his debt he owes to Red Sticks here with some manual labor. Figure that's something you could do and have potentially someone with a better life than banditry can learn a thing or two. Maybe become a productive member. Or you can cut him loose with supplies, see if he can make his way after that.
That's a possibility. I'll have to talk to the rest of the folks. Pinsdale, Comforts, all them.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty high possibility.
Yeah, he's dumb, but receptive, like you said.
He said that he worked on armor and repairing stuff for the people on the boat, for Al.
Okay.
I think
You see her
with-
kind of like jotting something down as you're saying this.
I think with a lifestyle and an opportunity that they could flourish in that, I think that they could be a boon to your city.
Oh, I don't agree. I do agree. Sorry, I misspoke. Brian misspoke. It's just court of public opinion. That's gonna be their struggle.
Like I said, we're not saying make him, a citizen right off the bat. Make him earn it.
No, I know. That's ain't everybody bad. Most of the time, people that turn to that kind of shit because they ain't got no other choice. And she kind of like looks at you, DT. Like, what was the look that you were giving when the conversation of the other guy that had died? Like, how were you looking at Evelyn?
I made it fairly neutral. I mean, it wasn't necessarily their fault, right? Like in my mind, and I don't blame Evelyn personally. Looks like standard interrogation stuff. I mean, that's the guy dying in my mind is a byproduct of the environment.
Okay. Alrighty.
If more than anything, I'm just trying to balance that out by trying to create an opportunity for this person that did survive.
Fair enough. I don't disagree.
I think you could sway a bit of public opinion. Your word
Yeah.
carries a lot of weight here.
I mean, mine and others, yes.
Either way, Comforts is taking care of the body.
Noted.
Just keep an eye on Eustace in there while you got him.
Just kind of takes a drag of her cigarette, gives you a nod.
She got like an ashtray on her desk.
Mm-hmm.
Kent takes the final drag off his and puts it out in her ashtray. We're gonna go meet back up with the others. We've been away for a minute. We're gonna see about setting out.
I think that we didn't really have the opportunity to question them about the people going missing or if they even know anything about that.
If I were to go on my hunches, I think, like I was talking to Kent and Lulu earlier, I think those are two separate instances of something happening, unfortunately.
Yeah. But you have someone that's not around this specific town, and they may not be intelligent, but they may have heard or have experienced maybe things similar happening to them. And so it may be worth your time to at least ask. And in that note, maybe you could take him out of that cell and give him a little fresh air as well.
We'll walk about the yard, so to speak. I get you.
And I think that they would be. I think that's one step closer to at least showing them from your perspective that, you know, maybe they do have a chance.
Kind of like purses her lips together with like a little scrunch in her brow. I think you're right. I'll think on that. And yeah.
And I think I'm ready to go if you are, Kent.
Yeah.
I think
walk-
we're gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'm getting ready to walk out and head back towards people.
Yeah. The walk back, Kent doesn't really say anything.
All right. So you guys make your way back to the saloon? Where are you heading?
Back to the saloon where people were.
I think I want to head to the market area. It's on top of town square, right?
It's to the right of it.
To the right.
To this building. It's kind of like the bazaar area where they do their farmers market selling and stuff.
So I think the town square is the tallest building, right?
Yeah, that's the main hub. That's got like the auditorium, it's got the hospital and all of the other like centralized buildings.
I think I'm gonna head up there.
Alright. I'm gonna go meet up with the others and share what we learned.
All right.
Okay.
I'm also saying that to DT. If anything, we'll meet you back at wherever we stayed last night.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Can't you head back? DT, you go up to the top. Well, we will follow Kent back to the saloon.
What you guys been doing?
I was gonna say while they were gone, Brian, I don't know if you saw I posted in the chat. I was gonna have Bruce be like, "Oh, because he saw Numbs falling asleep." So he's like, "Oh crap!" So he's gonna run to the hospital, see if he gets something from Janice
Okay, yeah,
to
we can
help
do
him
that.
sleep.
We can do that scene real quick.
Yeah.
You scurry your way over to the hospital. Things are pretty chill there, like I said before. You can see, you don't see Janice anywhere, but you do see like the lights on in her office with the door closed.
Oop. Gonna kind of look around and like walk up there and softly knock on the door.
Yeah, come in.
Oh, hi. Sorry to bug you. I had a question.
Bruce, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, come on in.
He'll shut the door behind him. This is a quick question. Luke said I could ask you about it. One of Numb. I'm sure you know which one he is.
Yeah, the weird crackhead guy.
Yeah. He has trouble sleeping. So I was gonna see if there's anything you guys had that could like help him sleep. So he's not going into this real tired and really wound up.
Fair enough. If I were to take a guess, he probably hasn't slept in the past 3 days, just from looking at him.
At least 2 that I know.
Okay. Yeah. Give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You see her get up from her desk. She kind of walks out. A couple minutes later, she comes back in.
What does she have like around her office?
So in her office, she has like an old picture frame that's kind of facing towards her desk. Pens and paperwork. She's got her coffee mug. You can see kind of like back behind she has like some shelves and things. You have she has like a little it's like a piece of paper that's like framed in a slightly busted picture frame, like a glass framed frame.
Yeah.
Um,
He's gonna kind of stand there for a minute, like tap his fingers. And he's just gonna go like casually, like go around her desk, like curious,
Yeah.
like, oh, what's this?
As you look at the paper framed on the wall, it's just like some like a certificate of uh they're like doctorate, so like
Yeah.
PhD.
Okay.
You can see some other things. There's like medals and whatnot hanging around or like sitting on shelves and stuff. If you look at them, they're just kind of like medals of honor from the war.
Oh. Okay.
And if you look at the picture frame that's on her desk,
Yeah.
it's an older picture, and she's standing there. It looks like right before, you could probably like surmise from talking to like DT and stuff about like before the war and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like a picture of her and and a man just kind of like hugging, and like you would probably think it's like a picture that before she got deployed.
Yeah. Okay. Neat.
There's also a weird, quirky looking like doll that's sitting on her desk. And as you kind of like move around, you like bump the desk a little bit, and you see the head just kind of like rattling around a little.
Oh. It's like
a
kind of
bo- it's like this
bobblehead
weird. Yeah, it's this like weird like looking creature that's just like
kind of like smacks the
multicolored.
head again.
Yeah, the head just bobbles and wobbles around.
Alright.
A couple minutes later, she comes back in. Okay. I didn't give you too much, but here. She gotta like takes a couple things out of her hand and like goes to set them in your hand.
Whoop. He'll hold his hand out. Whoop.
So there's 2 of them. Just give him one. If that doesn't work, then have him take the other one.
Okay.
They're just lozenges. They are full of melatonin and some other sleep aids that should, like, if he's already almost conked out, like, one should probably do the trick.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
You holding up okay?
Best I can.
Yeah.
She gives you like a strained smile.
Yeah. I'll go. Thank you.
No problem, Bruce. And thanks again for everything you guys are doing.
Yeah. We try. It'll just start back.
All right, and you make your way back, and about the time you get back is when Kent kind of rolls up.
It's a baby.
Let's wait, baby.
Baby.
Okay. So Ethan Numb's like nodding off, if not fully asleep. Well, DT went to check something else out. Kent will pull out his notebook and show the crude drawing to Lulu. One of the guys in there was cooperated, gave us some information. Roughly about these layers. I'll point out the big room on the second layer too. Like, this is Big Al's room, and he is that's where all his goodies would be. And they think, from the way it sounds, only Big Al would have the key for the slaves. So we at least have a rough floor plan, or at least something better than us going in blind. We can review it more with the Numb here and on the drive out in the morning. And he leaves it on the table so Lulu can fully, like,
yeah,
even slides
she'll
over,
look
so she
look
can
at it and
fully-
probably turn it upside down once, and then flip it right way up. So any update on the plan then?
Nothing too new, I think. Going in from the top, going in slow. Quiet. As quiet as can be. Ideally, we do it the whole thing quiet, but you know how that goes sometimes.
Especially if you start breaking chains.
Yeah. Look at Dumb. He just sounds like a baby sleeping. Did you hear the goo? I did. Like, when Kent's like looking at Numb and making those little jokes, you can see, like, I think it would be obvious for Lulu that he is doing that to mask.
To distract himself, basically.
Yeah. Cause he very different tone when he came in. But some of us sneak in, 3 of us head to the to that cannon to deal with Big Al. 2 of us go to the bottom, or wherever we end up seeing them keep the slaves. Try to get their chains broke, or hell, if the slaves are kept on the bottom one, we could potentially get into Big Al's room where he'd probably keep the key. But we'd have to do like a 3 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you take Numb up top, I'll also go down, so kind of split
Whoa!
with.
Hey, Bruce.
Hi.
Shit, fuck.
Been
Hey,
here for a little bit. Hey.
fuck, good. You're already practicing sneaking. Here and, like, you know, be more as a gesture, being polite and inclusive. Kent is pointing out the layout more.
Yeah, good.
I think that's our best bet at going at this. Above the climbing equipment, we have people that we'll have locals that know the land get us around better. They're going to be struggling too much trying to free their boat or salvage their situation. Hopefully we can use the fact that they're focused on that as a distraction.
Okay, so if we
Okay.
have Bruce and Numb split, what are the other teams?
Bruce, what did you say if you were going top or bottom?
As you guys said you wanted numb top, I said I was gonna go bottom then, if that's what we're doing.
Okay.
You guys will notice that Num just goes limp and he is sawing logs.
Oh!
He says you win. Alright. I think splitting our muscle is a good idea. Ideally, we'd send you, Lulu, and DT, separate you two, because both of you could fix people up. Alright, so...
I mean, depending on what we need. So I know you and Lulu work together a lot, me and DT have worked together a lot too, so we already got that. Word. We work together.
yeah. Well, I think we can all work together pretty well.
Yeah.
Numb's
bad.
got the... I almost want to send Numb down if he can lockpick.
That's true. But also for getting in Big Al's room. Might be easy ways to pop the door open.
So I think if we send Numb and maybe DT down, and the three of us could go deal with the top.
Okay. Yeah, that could work too.
What do you think, Lulu?
There was a loud stream noise, and I did not hear what was said.
Maybe we have Numb and DT go down because Numb implied that he can lockpick.
Okay.
And then the three of us, Bruce, you and me, deal with the top and deal with the cannon and Big Al. Because ideally, the moment they're done with down below, they come and back us up.
Alright.
All right. Well, you guys have the night to yourself since you're not going out tonight. If you'd like, seems like you guys are going out in the morning. Correct.
Early morning. I'll before we're going to sleep, like communicate that to Tinsdale. To just be like, if we're able to get your boys back, Joe and Charles, at dawn, we'd appreciate, because that's when we'd like to head back out.
Okay.
Just communicate that to them, so that way they're ready and stuff, and make sure that works.
Excellent. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do for the day? Any shopping? Any other things of that sort?
If DT wasn't going to do it, I wanted to see if there was any medical supplies we could get for like spray skins and more, just refreshing our first aid for, since we're gonna go get in the shit.
Okay.
Message to Brian.
Secret message.
Secret message.
Secret message.
Okay. The DT, is that where you're going to go shop for supplies? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see what they have and just be around people and see how their state of being is like nervous and see how they're doing.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a scrutinize for me for that. And as for medical supplies, there's not much, especially after treating everybody in the town.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for that kind of stuff, it's pretty lackluster.
It's fair, but worth looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 8 on scrutinize.
Okay. Yeah, the mood hasn't particularly changed. Like, people are trying to be in good spirits, but it's also just like the struggle of the day to day of just trying to get everything that needs to get done while, you know, people are recovering, people are hurt, some people are dead. So they're doing the best they can. Your message gets relayed to Pensdale. Luke comes and finds you all at some point throughout the day and lets you know that, I believe it's Joe. Give me just a second.
Figure out which one's which, Brian.
Yeah, I know. It is Joe. So the older gentleman has volunteered to come with you guys on this. He's not going to come help you fight, but everybody can use a good getaway driver. So he's offering his services to pilot the boat for you all.
Awesome.
And if you need it as well, like Reynard said, like, they kind of need to keep everybody that is fighting capable other than you guys back in town just in case. Nobody else is really coming with you, but Comforts initially offers his gun to you guys, but after some quick conversation with Reynard, if you guys want to take it, he will offer up essentially his equipment if you guys want to use that. Which would be... had this just a second ago. It'd be his Kevlar vest, his 50 caliber pistol, 50 rounds of ammunition, if you want.
Ooh. I'm good. I'd rather you have that here in case shit is needed, personally. But if somebody else wants to take you up on that offer,
And that's up to you guys. If anybody wants that equipment, it is for a size 6 person, so Bruce, the vest would not fit you.
Nor would it fit me.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it'd fit you, you'd just be swimming in it a little bit.
womp womp. Numb's asleep. Like a good boy.
I hope he stays asleep. I got these things, melatonin. Janice gave me for him.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds like we're all good then.
Okay. I'm going to run a quick scene later on in the night with Lulu.
Okay. Do we need earmuffs then?
No, that's okay. So Lulu, you make your way to the hospital. It's getting late. It's almost about lights out curfew time. But as you make your way in, you can see Janice just kind of like closing up everything and making sure everything's where it's supposed to be. As she's kind of like cleaning up one of the beds, she notices you approach. Lulu. She kind of like squints and furrows her brow at you. Trying to remember your guys' names in the first try.
That's me, yep. Easy to remember.
Yep. The arm
Yeah.
helps me. Do you need something? I know
Yeah,
your big friend Bruce came in earlier asking for stuff for the spastic guy.
Yeah, I was wondering if, because we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow with all this going on, do you have blood packs?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Could you potentially could we take one just in case?
Yeah. Normally I wouldn't, but you guys have already done so much, so it's the least I could do. Give me just a minute.
All right.
You see her kind of like walk back into the little area, open up one of the like closets, and you can hear her like rifling around in there. You can hear like a little generator that's in there. If you wind up going to go like look, there's just like a little mini fridge that's in there.
Refrigerated.
Yeah, that's hooked up when the power goes out. And she eventually returns back and has like a chilled blood pack in her hand.
Oh, thank you. That may come in handy.
Yeah, I don't know how well it's gonna keep without any way to like, keep it cool, but
If it lasts 8 hours, that's all we really need.
I guess warm blood's better than no blood, right? It gives like a sarcastic, like, oh god, laugh.
I'd rather have bacteria than no blood.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure your buddy DT will make it work. He seems pretty good at what he does.
Yeah. He's pretty good doc.
Is that all you guys needed? I don't really have much more than I can really spare.
Yeah, I think
lot.
I think DT got most of everything we needed.
Okay. Guess if you guys are sleeping upstairs, I'll see you there in a little bit.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. She goes about her nightly routine of just cleaning everything up.
We'll just kind of take her leave.
All right. You guys make your way up into the auditorium room where the makeshift beds and things are at. And unless you guys have anything else to do, you bed down for the night.
I'm good. Bed sounds good.
All right.
One sleep, please.
You guys sleep through the night. Nothing terrible happens.
No wild dreams.
No wild dreams, no nothing. Kent, you wake up when you mean to, as you do.
5 a.m. every morning. The
crack
difference
of dawn.
is,
I mean, you were waking up at dawn, so probably a little bit earlier than that, but.
and I will go through to make sure everyone else is getting up.
Okay. Num, go ahead and roll me a cognition with a -4.
You want me to ignore my light sleeper?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you have light sleeper, so it'll be a -2.
All right.
And it is gentle waking up too, Brian.
Yeah.
Wake up! We gotta go. Oh,
Shake
Buck's
him in
back.
the foot.
He purposely does not touch Num.
That's fair.
Probably a safe bet.
Num does not appear to wake up from your gentle coercing. Everybody else is fine. So you guys kind of groggily get up way earlier than you're used to, but You guys got a pretty restful night's sleep.
Kent hesitates for a moment, but then like gets a little closer and just does the foot shake on Numb, like, hey, a little louder, hey, Numb.
Go ahead and roll your cognition with your normal bonuses.
I'm gonna
13.
get fucking murdered.
You're good.
Gonna fucking jump to my feet. And
Pull him
just,
back.
Like,
Already expecting something like that.
I'm just
Hey.
kind of like look around and like look up and just be like, what time is it?
Dawn. We got work to do.
Say it's probably around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. About an hour or so before you normally wake up. Hour and a half.
So what are we doing?
We're gonna head out to back. We're gonna meet up with Joe. Ride back out with the Delta Queen. Take the highway. Come descend down. Probably have you and DT go below decks and here, and I'll flip open the notebook. And you were asleep when I came back, but here you go. And I'll hand him the notebook that has the layout so he can start familiarizing himself.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, since I guess I'm just gonna like walk and look.
Point, and Kent will walk with him and point out. Same thing he told the others, where it's like, hey, this is the second floor up towards the front. This is Big Al's room. That's got all the shit. The slaves are down below. But it's just, he goes, and you can take that page out if you want to, think more on it on the drive. But going over the plan more about the two teams split up.
No, I think I'm all right. I think I got this.
Feel better if
And just like toss him the book back.
catch it. Try to is like a little stagger catch for a second. Can you please just take DT with you when you go down?
If you can keep up.
I bet he can. I just don't want us doing any solo work. And he can, watch your back and you can watch his when you go down. More hands, less work, buddy.
And I'm just gonna like do the gesture of like,
Hey, it's how I know what I'm talking about. I could go down with you if you want. He's gonna throw a child at me.
All right.
engage battle, baby.
You guys start making your way towards Tinsdale's. On your way down and out, once you pass through the hospital, Janice Rawls is there. And you guys can smell like food and hot coffee. And as she kind of like perks up and sees you guys, she's just kind of like sitting in a chair near her office. Oh, thank God you guys are up. Yeah. Office, come on, let's go real quick.
Did you even sleep?
It does not appear that she has slept yet.
She doesn't answer. It just doesn't look like it.
And she heads into her office. If you guys follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you guys walk in, there's several plates and 5 mugs. She's just kind of like sitting back, looking exhausted in her chair. Sadie wanted to make sure you guys didn't like go in on an empty stomach, so there's food for you. I'm taking a. She just kind of falls asleep in her chair.
Oh, should we like move her to her office or just let her sit there?
Her chair does look like one of those big, kind of comfy leather office chairs. So,
Oh, okay.
but there's a plate for each of you. It just has like some scrambled eggs and some meat. Num, if you eat it, you would know that this is essentially the equivalent of gator bacon.
Absolutely. I don't even take like a second look at it. I like grab it. I like
Yeah.
snatch it off the table and just like go over to a corner and I'm sitting there and I'm just fucking just gone. Just inhale, just
But yeah, you guys get a fresh breakfast. It's still pretty warm. You know, Sadie was probably up most of the night as well. And fresh cup of coffee, just black coffee, but better than nothing if you drink it.
Sounds good. Eat that pretty quickly.
As you guys go, you make your way to Tinsdale's. As you make your way past the scrapyard, you kind of look down at the dock and you can see that Joe is already up about it, moving and just kind of like prepping the boat for you guys. Kind of like silently waves at you all as you approach.
Oh,
Two finger wave and the head nod.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you again.
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, I ain't gonna do none of that fighting with you because I ain't much of a fighter. But
If you could be the getaway driver, that'd be good.
real quick question: did any of you guys want that winch? Did Luke tell you guys about it?
Yeah.
Did you want it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Go ahead and get your stuff. Get on the boat. I'll be back in a minute. You see him run into Tinsdale's shop. And then a couple minutes later, him and Luke come out, and they're just kind of like hauling this big piece of machinery to put onto the boat. It's got like a backpack rig for it, but it looks a little bit heavy. But it's essentially this kind of like crane winch that's motorized. And it can be used to like raise or lower things. Luke explains to you guys like if you are bad at climbing or worried about like falling down, you can just it can hold up to like 2 people, maybe just like if Bruce is on it, maybe Lulu would be like a safe bet because it does have like a maximum weight of like probably like 450 pounds. Not saying you're fat or anything, you're just a fucking big ass dude.
I'm big. Just flex this.
Yeah. Muscle is
Yeah.
more than fat, so
Yeah.
you know. But yeah. Raise lower. Joe would say that if you guys need to, like he can kind of like set it up wherever you need to and operate that if you want as well. And he just kind of like silently like grunts and nods at you guys.
Alright. Sounds good.
I'm real sad you guys didn't get that bomb, but I get it. I get it. Good luck. I think you guys will be fine though.
get it.
Yeah.
Get a picture better cards.
I mean, yeah, I've never been much man for cards, you know, but it is what it is. I think Tinsdale's happy though because he didn't have to sacrifice his watch to make that bomb. So, yeah,
Like a timer,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed like the gold watch that he was wearing. He would have taken that apart, rig up the bomb, and it's like something his wife gave him.
I could have.
Oh.
I had a watch I could have spared him. He wouldn't have had to do that. But now he doesn't
Uh,
have to regardless. So
Yeah.
moot point.
Yep. But yeah, you guys should get going because sooner you get there, sooner you get back, right?
Yep.
Also, like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is ever up at this time of day? This is fucking horrible.
Well,
I
when you
feel
got
that.
work to do, you gotta get up early.
Imagine going through 3 of these this very time of day.
What? He just like looks really confused at you know. Whatever.
Being awake at this time of day, at the time of day for 3 days.
No. All right. Good luck, guys. Good luck. He just kind of like shakes his head and makes his way back inside. Joe like secures the winch down on the boat and starts up the trolling motor, and you guys get on your way.
Woo.
Yeah.
As you guys are like riding down, Joe just kind of tells you, "We got enough gas, so trolling motor's usually quiet enough. We should be fine with that. Ain't nobody got a paddle. You're probably gonna have to fight a bunch of people anyway, so you need to save your strength."
All right. We want to try head up that highway we saw overhanging before, Joe.
Okay. Good enough. I think I know where we might be able to get up on there.
All right. First your lead to help spot for you where I can.
He just nods his head. All right. You guys, takes you a little less time than last time since you guys are using the motor most of the way. And you guys make your way into the cityscape. It's there's that same eerie quiet as soon as you make your way into like the ruins. And even then it's just like kind of that like low din of the morning of things just starting to wake up as you're going down the river. But as soon as you get into the city, everything's eerily quiet again. It takes you a little while as Joe kind of navigates through some wreckage and some downed buildings, but eventually makes his way. Let's see, about maybe a half mile from where you kind of vaguely remember the ship being. The highway kind of slumps down into the water where you guys arrive. You can assume that the earthquakes and things that happened during the last day have sunk this down there, and he just kind of like props the boat up and starts like tying it off to like an old rusty guardrail. Oh, all right, we got a bit of a walk, but there's holes and things on the way there, but it's a big old 6-lane highway. We all should be fine. Like I said before, I ain't gonna do no fighting, but if you want, I can grab this backpack. I'll wear that, bring the winch, send the winch up. I can operate that for y'all and kind of hide when you go in to do the shit.
That'd be good.
All right.
Shit.
So Joe starts kind of like strapping himself up with this rig. And like if any of you went kind of like investigate it while you were, on your way there, like this thing's probably close to like 100 pounds altogether. So it's a pretty hefty backpack
Okay.
setup that he's got. But he just kind of like slumps it over, just old man grunts as he gets up. And
Dang.
waits for you guys. He's got that like,
Joe squats.
yeah. He's got that blue collar, like stout dwarf muscle going on.
Turns out he's also a dad, so he has father strength.
He might be. But yeah, he just kind of like waits for you guys to get ready and is gonna follow your lead.
All right.
Is everyone ready? Need anything else they have or don't have?
No, I'm ready to go.
As ready as I'll ever be.
And just to check in with Henry, because you heard the plan. Are you as DT would be good with that? Just checking
Yeah.
in. Okay. So be you and them when we hit the deck. You guys going down below.
Yeah, if he can keep up.
All right.
All right. As you guys go to get up on this ramp, go ahead and give me a climbing roll. Like I said, it's not too terrible, but it is still, a post-apocalypse hellscape you live in.
Listen here. You give us all a chance to fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
My sheet crashed.
Got an 8.
There it is.
DT got a
Climb-
6.
Climbing. Right. Let's see how this goes. What, you want to roll one, Nappa? I also got a 6.
I busted.
Did you?
I only had one die to roll, and it came up 1.
That's unfortunate.
I can't do anything about chips for busting, can I?
Nope.
You cannot.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody else, did you beat a 5?
Yeah.
We're
All
rolling
right.
climbing.
Climbing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's under nimbleness.
Oh, let's see.
Bust with me, brother.
Nah, I
Frozen.
got cause. Oh yeah, I got 1 dice in. I got a 10.
Okay, you're good. All right, so
Yeah.
everybody makes their way up.
Oh no.
Hence,
Yeah, buddy.
as you're kind of climbing up this ramp, we'll say you're the last one to go up.
Yeah.
As you go to like grip a piece of rebar that's sticking out and pull yourself up, you feel it wiggle as it gives way.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. I
And as
loosened it
you-
for you.
And as you do, you start kind of like flapping and hitting against the asphalt on this like is that like a sheer wall, but like it's a little bit of an incline as you start tumbling down to the bottom of this ramp.
Ugh.
Go ahead and give me a D20 roll, please.
Oh no, that's some damage.
He's looking
Actually,
for a
go ahead and roll.
What am I rolling?
Let's see. Go ahead and roll a D6.
Does it explode?
No.
It does not. No.
2.
Go ahead and give me 2 D20s. They do not explode and do not add them together.
All right. First D20 is a 17.
Okay, just remember that location.
They're both the same.
Okay.
Which would be
Right.
right. No, it's just upper guts.
Upper guts. I'm gonna roll
I'll-
some dice as you
I'll land-
tumble down.
I land on my front. I land on my back. I land on my front. I land on my back. Ass over tea kettle.
Okay. You're going to be taking 17 damage twice to those locations as you fall and tumble back down to the bottom of this ramp.
Okay. Well, armor doesn't factor in for this because it's falling, or
It will. What armor do you have?
I have the Kevlar vest, which I don't think matters as much, but I would have negative. I have negative 11 in that area.
Be leathery.
Okay, so what you would do in that instance, go ahead. So your Kevlar vest does. So your Kevlar vest will negate 1 wound of damage.
Okay.
So 17 twice. So 17 for you is your size 6, correct?
Yeah, it's 2 wounds, just shy of being 3.
3. Okay. So you'll take 1 from the first one.
Mhm.
And then you can go ahead. Do you have any minus on armor underneath aside from your skin?
No, that's what it is. That's why it's minus 11 because I
Okay.
have the CEP and the boiled leather and my skin.
Yes. Okay. So for each instance that you have a negative armor, you will roll a d6 if you get higher than its value. So you don't add them all together, do them each in an instance. If you get higher than their value, then it does not count. If you get their value or lower, it counts as a wound negated.
Okay. So it's -6, -4, -1.
Yes.
Well, the first
So-
roll's a 5.
Yeah. So we'll do essentially what we'll do the CEP first, we'll do your boiled leathers, and then we'll do your skin.
Okay.
So the CEP I believe is a 6. So
Yes,
you
it is.
literally can't fail that one.
Okay. The second one's a 5, which does the boiled leathers don't protect, and then
Okay.
I rolled 3 5s in a row.
Okay. So you will take 2 wounds total.
I will just give you a red chip. I was gonna see about speeding this up, but I'm like, if I could just dice roll it, I will. So here is my red chip, Brian. I'm putting it in the vending.
All right.
It just takes the fall, takes the first hit. Kevlar absorbs it and just
So you start tumbling down, hitting yourself, hitting random obstacles and holes that are on the way. As Kent gets about halfway down, you can see he kind of very skillfully hits and grabs different potholes, other obstructions that are there, because he's tumbling when he first starts, but as he's getting to the ground, he's using different things to slowly slow his fall down until he still hits the ground really hard, but he kind of lands and just does that
laying there for a minute because I imagine in the end he hits and gets the wind knocked out of him for a bit.
Yeah, he's just kind of laying there on the ground. You can hear heavy breathing and groaning as he's just laying on his back at the bottom.
One hand comes up with a thumbs up.
What's that? I probably shouldn't have gone first.
You were just
Make-
falling on you.
Make my way up, and I will try to, after catching my breath and assessing myself, Brian, I will try to climb back up.
As you do, Joe kind of looks over at he's gonna assume Num, because Num originally had all of the stuff. Should
Yeah.
throw a rope
It's,
down there, man.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Reach in, grab it out, toss it
Yep.
down.
Okay. Joe grabs onto a part of it and he just kind of points at Bruce, points at Num, points at the rope, just hold on to it.
Yeah.
And then you can climb up the rope. It'll take you a little bit, but you get your way up. No climbing roll necessary.
Thank you.
All right.
With that being said, I'm gonna pull out the harnesses and just start distributing the harnesses.
Probably should
Fair
have
enough.
started with that.
That's a
shouldn't
good
you?
idea, Num. Oh, that's such a wonderful idea. As I'm buckling mine on, but with the extra arms, how would that work, Brian?
So, that's a good point.
A lot of climbing harnesses just go over the shoulder. It's not like
Over the
they're wrapping
shoulders.
around.
Yeah,
your arm.
I just wanted to
They're
double
like-
check.
So
all
yours
of
is
my shit had to be
Yeah.
custom made.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yours will still fit because like the way that it has it, it's not like a solid vest. There's like a vest part, but a lot of the sides like strapping, so you can kind of finagle it to
Just-
make it fit your form. It's
yeah,
not the most comfortable, but like it'll still serve its purpose.
I figured I would do my due diligence and ask.
Okay. And you guys are making your way down this highway. Go ahead and give me like a sneak roll if you guys are trying to be quiet.
I would like a chance at redemption.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I'd like to try. Give it a shot. Boop. Heh.
I got
Ooh.
I got a 7.
26.
Oh, I thought I busted. I didn't.
I got a
Uh,
6.
Did you say 26, Ethan?
No, Miz.
I got 10.
eight.
I got an 8.
I got 10.
You got an 8, Kathy?
Yes. I got 7 on
Okay.
the die. It looked like a 1 and I panicked.
It's
Fair
your
enough.
turn now.
All right. Joe's kind of like staying close. Like you guys are not like clumped together, but like within arm's reach of each other. And any terrain that might be an issue, Joe kind of points out to you all to avoid. And you make your way. It's about, like I said, it's about a quarter to half a mile away from where you guys vaguely remember the ship being. But you're being pretty quiet. Everything's going pretty good. As you make your way closer towards where you'll be getting onto the boat, everybody go ahead and make me a hearing-based cognition. I would say you guys are currently about maybe a 5-minute trek from where the boat is at
Oh, they got a 4.
currently.
Got an 8.
6.
DT got a 10.
I got a 5.
Which we got? No.
9.
9? Okay. As you guys are getting closer to the boat, you hear the crack of a black powder pistol firing off, as you can kind of hear scream and a ruckus coming from the direction of where the boat would be. What would you guys like to do?
Uh,
I didn't hear it.
Probably proceed as is quietly.
yeah.
At least what I'm planning on doing.
Yeah.
I don't speak for everyone else.
Move with a little extra added caution and
Yeah.
try to get eyes on it.
Yep.
Is it
All right.
just the one shot?
It's initially the one shot and just kind of like screaming in a commotion. And the closer you guys get, you can hear more and more gunshots going off with like panicked sound coming from the Delta Queen.
This might be our opportunity, boys.
You guys eventually get to just about above the ship. You can go ahead and make sight-based cognitions if you want.
Five.
7.
17.
DT got a 12.
Not a 42 this time.
Not this time.
And also, for your guys' reference, like, it's dawn, but it's still pretty dark out. So, like, vision is not the best. It's kind of like that, like, early light. So it's still kind of dark, casting shadows in the place. Kitty!
Baby.
I don't think any of you are going to, but let me know if you're using, like, a flashlight or anything.
Not currently.
Negative.
Not if we're just going down the road.
What's that?
Yes, I know. No, you don't have things. Just bowling pins. All right. You guys make your way to kind of like the edge of the highway, and you can see the ship below you. It's still a little bit hard to see with full current lighting, but you can't. None of you can really make out anything. It doesn't look like anyone is on the hurricane deck or the lower deck, on the top side of the ship. You can hear more and more kind of like raucous coming from the interior. It sounds like, and you can hear gunfire going off on the interior of the boat. You hear Joe kind of like crump and chuckle to himself. Sounds like somebody's got a rude awakening this morning.
Yep. Well, like Lou said, this might be our opportunity.
You can see Joe kind of like move into position and kind of like squat, like horse stance down, and start taking off the winch pack to set setups for descent. And you guys can also, if you would like, set up like pythons and whatnot to, if you want to rappel down, you can, or if you want to use the winch, you can. So those are your options of getting down onto the boat.
I'll secure a python, but I will take just to have like an extra rope for us. But I will probably use the winch given my climbing experience.
That's fair.
Is it,
I'm going to probably be rappelling down.
Okay. So I will let you guys know as players, rappelling down, you'll make a climbing roll. It's pretty low because with all of the gear that you have, the winch will require nothing. It's just slower.
I'm taking the winch lower with this old man down.
Okay. So
Bum, bum.
with Joe there with you guys, securing your guys's ends of your ropes will be no problem. So anybody who's rappelling down, go ahead and make a climbing roll. Anybody, and the winch can only take 2 people at a time. So if you're using, so Kent is currently on the winch. If there's anybody else that would like to go down on it, they can as well.
14.
Okay.
I'll go
I'm
to
gonna give this a
winch if
shot.
nobody else is.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna repel. Ah! Yay, I got a 10.
3-2,
Alright.
what you doing?
I think he's repelling.
Yeah, I don't know if it gets through on the mic. I said I was gonna repel.
No,
Yeah.
I said
I'm
DT.
looking at
DT.
DT.
Hey,
I thought I
I'm
saw
gonna-
him grab the die.
Yeah, I'm gonna repel.
Okay, then I'll go on
Alright.
down with Kent.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
You know my favorite thing about taking this, Kathy? Got one arm that can hold on to the fucking thing, 2 arms for the guns, and 1 arm to help hold on to you two. Like, just, we're covered.
Alrighty. You guys want to look? I have a map for you.
Yeah.
ooh. I always
It's
love when something new
boats.
happens. Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
I always love something new happens on tabletop, and you just see all the hands.
I want to see it.
All right, so the one on the far left will be the Hurricane deck. So it's the very top deck with the cannon on it. You can see the throne, the helm, with all the other stuff that's up there.
There's the sextant.
And this is roughly the same layout as you guys saw from the drawing that was made for you. A little less detail on that map, but more or less the same. In this downstairs area, this would be the second floor. This is the very bottom floor with the oars. This would be this area, are the normal sleeping quarters. This room would be Big Al's room for reference. right.
Question.
Yes.
Where we are rappelling down,
Mhm.
what part are we rappelling down onto? Is
It
it
would-
the
it would be-
rear, the front?
You guys kind of have your pick of where you can set up your rappelling wherever you would like to. So anywhere on this area, front to back, just kind of you guys can choose.
And you said the people who are repelling are moving quicker than.
Yes. So, the people that were rappelling, your TN was a 3. So every raise you got above a 3, rappelling takes 3 turns essentially to get down. For every raise, it reduces that by 1 to a minimum of 1. You guys that are on the winch will take 7 rounds to lower.
I realized it was that much slower.
Yes. It is not fast. But you don't need to roll.
That's why I took it.
If I knew it was gonna be that much slower, I would have just repelled.
I'll toss you
So what we're gonna do now,
with my 1d4 strength toss.
What we're gonna do now is time check.
yes. So time check, and then next time, essentially what we're going to be doing is going into combat rounds.
Woo!
So
Woo!
note, Ethan, what did you get on your repelling check?
Uh,
I think it was like an 18 or something.
yeah,
Yeah, it was pretty
17.
17. All right, so
Think.
you will be down on the ship in 1 round.
DT got a 12.
12. Okay, so that would be you'll be down in 2 rounds.
10.
And then you'll be down also in 2 rounds.
2 rounds, yep.
I do. Kathy, I'm with you. I kind of low key regret the speed of the winch, but I already had one bust. Oh, this is gonna be 7 rounds.
If you guys would like to, I will let you retcon that.
I would like to retcon.
Yeah, I'll gamble with that.
That's fine.
That's so fucking long.
That's a long.
Where's my
Okay.
D8? There it is. That's a 6. Yay.
8.
All right.
Alright.
I mean, it could have worked if DT was there with his rifle, just ripping rounds off slowly.
Okay, so you got an 8, Clark, and you got a
Yeah.
6, Kathy.
Correct.
Okay,
Second
so you will be
rounds.
down in 3 rounds. Clark will be down in 2 rounds.
Okay, that's a lot better than 7 for us.
Mhm.
No more
any-
hunting Mission Impossible.
We'll go over. I'll go over any like modifiers and things as you guys are rappelling down, because you can shoot. There will be different minuses and things that are happening since you're actively climbing down. But
Mhm.
we will take care of that once we go to our next session. But that is it for tonight.
You might want to write that down somewhere.
I have a sticky note.
Okay, perfect. Alright. So next week, or next session, combat. It likely won't be next week because I'll kind of be in New Jersey. So.
Yep.
It'll probably be a couple weeks before the next game. 'Cause we at New Jersey and then Indiana game. Ohio might be online again, so that weekend we may be able to pop back on. Let me see, where are we? New Jersey, Indiana, Ohio, yeah. So, thanks for coming in, chat, and listening. Next Deadlands stream will probably be in
2
on
weeks.
June 2nd. This will be a couple weeks. But for normal streams, Tuesday I'll have a normal stream, and then I will be off for the rest of the week in New Jersey. I'm tempted to teach Brian how to run a stream so you can do your NPC stream maybe on Sunday. If you want.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll let you know. But other than that, should be back to normal after I'm back from New Jersey. So thank y'all for coming. Take care of yourselves, drink water, eat food, take your meds, up your laundry. Be good, do good. And we will see y'all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.